recording, and welcome back. You guys have just went through the dungeon. You were at the final room before the actual cell, which holds the traitor. And you are in the boss room of this dungeon. Unlike other boss rooms, this one seems to only be, 30 by 50? Ah, Raybar, gotcha.
Because I'm now going to have to control Warden, Raybar, and myself, which I'm fine with, but tossing that out there.
Okay, let me just grab Raybar, place him down here. Okay, so who needs Raybar's?
That would be Zodiac Iron, I'm pretty sure.
Zodiac.
I mean, you could pass one off to Eli, or
I can take one. I don't mind.
Do not mind one way or the other.
Probably prefer to take Raybar rather than Gil because I can't do two Wisdom spellcaster.
I mean, to be fair, you're just moving me. It's not like
Yeah.
I'm not here.
Well, let's see. Since
I can already control Warden. It's something I think you did way when this started, and it just never got fixed,
Yeah.
and now it's working to our benefit.
okay, he is not technically here. All right, so we are going to do the combat without Ulfgar. Sorry, no, Ulfgar.
The other one. Raybar is the one that's not here.
AR ending knives.
Yep, Raybar's not here. So, as you guys
He's
have
gone
walked...
up to heaven like the angel he is.
Oh, he's gonna fall down somewhere. As you guys as you go down this small tunnel, deeper into the Earth's core, the planet's core, you see a pair of huge double doors open, and as you enter, they close. And you look behind at the last second to see Raybar tying some strap on his boot, look up. Oh no. Shut behind you.
So accurate, it's painful.
God damn it.
Raybar, you fucking... wonderful. Wunderbar.
And this is why popcorn is a valid dinner.
Yes.
What did you think I was making, guys?
As you close, as the doors close, let's get Faithful Freddy in here.
You say Faithful through Freddy. I'm wondering if he's actually named Faith's Master Freddy, given the thing you just chose for him.
You guys enter, and a voice carries through the room. Prepare yourselves. And from the other end, a door that is shining with silver-like material, a figure steps out through it, as if it was made of liquid. A huge robotic creature, taller than any of you. This thing is technically huge. Well, sorry.
It's
Large.
large. Okay.
Yes. As it looks at you all, you realize this is not a human creature, it is a construct. You see tiny hairline cracks in its armor that it moves, where circuitry and everything, but the brief glimpses you get of that is quickly covered by other layers upon layers upon layers of solid metallic plates. And this thing almost hurts to look at through the light that's kind of reflecting through the room from no source in particular, as it is has a complete mirror finish to it. The gigantic fists that could grab one of you and just throw you like a toy, ball into fists. And on the side of the door, you see hourglass start. And those familiar with these kind of hourglasses, you see that it is probably a 30-second timer. It starts to turn over, and you have 1 round to prepare. What would you like to do to prepare for this battle?
1 round to prepare. Okay.
We do the preparation initiative.
Or do you want us to
Sure.
roll
Yep.
initiative?
Everyone roll initiative, and we'll do the preparation that way.
Oh boy!
Damn, Wolfgar.
That war magic coming into play.
Okay.
Really do be.
Let's see.
And that shield too.
Ulfgar,
That helps.
Warden.
Plus 8 and advantage. Holy shit.
Natural 1.
Balgan.
No.
Aw.
I mean, this is good in a way.
Let's see. Ulfgar. Balgan. The creature. Hope. And then Warden last. Okay.
Can I get a small marker? Like an additional marker token thing?
What do you mean?
Any small box or something.
Let's see. Just a box? What are you looking for?
Yeah, just a box to indicate an area in space, basically.
Oh. Like this.
Like like a physical one, like a tiny one. It's going to cover less than a square, honestly.
Oh,
Okay. Then we'll
Okay,
give you
thing you can move.
a chicken.
That works. If you give
Chicken.
control. I mean, given the strategy, it's perfectly valid token for this.
Chicken.
Given what Balgan's
Oh
about
my
to do,
god.
I just need control of it. Thank you.
Okay. Do you have control of it?
Okay, Balgan's going to. Oh wait, we're in initiative mode. Sorry,
Right.
can you skip to my turn? Just for this.
Oh, Ulfgar, do you have anything to prepare first?
Alright, I'm just gonna go to summon a Celestial. 6th level. And then I will channel Divinity to get that 6th level spell slot back immediately.
Okay. Let's do a. Okay, here we go. This is what we'll do.
And we'll get a Defender Celestial out.
Defender Celestial. Let's give him this then. Yeah. And remind me what your mad scientist?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, he will go right after your turn. Perfect.
I'm just gonna go step into a corner. Just don't mind me.
Okay.
Then Balgan, I think.
Balgan's actually going to go over to Ulfgar. As he does so, he's going to pull out 2 rods, spitting in between his fingers. Hold on. And with that, he is going to set the 2 immovable rods in a pattern, like just basically setting up so there's no direct way to punch, at least from straight ahead here, right here, into the square that I'm in right now.
So you are arranging 2 movable rods just like at body height?
One at body height, one above body height, so that the thing can't punch down onto them.
Okay.
Basically, that is. Like, he's trying to make it so that it isn't like a true barrier. The thing can definitely punch around it, because they're just rods.
Right.
Like, a dead-on punch in the face is not quite possible with him.
Gonna kind of give me some kind of cover.
Yep. Like, he was the first considering right here, but then it would just step right here. So he's instead trying to make it so you've got...
Okay, so you have a something that may help.
Yep.
Something,
He's
but
not
yeah,
sure if it will help, but he doesn't have anything else that he can do. So
Yeah,
that he
it's
can
something.
just step forward, draw his sword,
And remind me, it's 1,000 pounds, right?
Let me double check here.
Yeah, you double check.
It is 8,000 pounds of weight.
8,000. Okay, cool.
Like, that's why it's a perfectly valid option here. If it was just 1,000, you'd be going, you're on your own.
Right.
He just took one look at that thing. It's like, maybe this will help. If it can
Thank you,
hold up a
Bobby.
dragon, it can help you.
I think it will. And we do have the benefits telepathic bond, at least for this combat.
Yeah, he's gonna say this will not be the best, but it'll be better than just a direct punch if it does try to charge you first.
Right.
I would offer more, but honestly, I didn't ever think about it till now. I'll definitely have to look into some metal plates or something I can carry that can attach to it in the future.
I'll take whatever
Right.
you can get.
Okay. Anything else you wish to do?
Bar in the future. Nope.
Okay.
I mean, beyond him making a mental note to oh, I need to end the chicken's turn too.
Yeah. The golem is going to hold its position and say, "You have 30 seconds. Do your worst. Hold nothing back." Hope.
Did we all not get a turn?
No, we do. Like it's relinquishing its turn, so we all get.
Yeah, this is the prep phase.
Preparation ran.
Yep, that's just it doing its talk action, really.
Yeah.
For the turn. As I'm-
It's prepared as it's gonna get.
Um,
we're about as screwed as we're gonna get here.
how injured are you, Gale?
I'm full health.
Yeah, I think we mostly top each other off before we.
Yeah.
I am.
I think I still have temp HP if I remember right.
Yes, you
Yep,
should.
I've got some, so.
I'm still suffering a bit, so I'm actually going to place a hand on myself and cast.
You should have 25 temp HP.
Why do I have 8 written down? Did I never put it down? Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah,
Put it
Hope,
25.
Hope and Balgan should have 25.
Why should they have 25? I forget.
Oh, Hope and Balgan and myself.
Oh, I do need to also ask, sorry, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
You said that the plates are metallic. Like, given a Balgan's heritage as a drow, even if he's somewhat adapted to normal light, if it's that bright, would it actually hurt his eyes?
Unless there was like bright light shining on it, probably not, because this is just an ambient like glow from the surrounding area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure, since I was pretty sure that even if he's somewhat adapted, he's not fully adapted to bright light.
no. If you did like sunlight, then we're dealing with a problem. But otherwise, no.
Oh, sorry. I'm at 25 bonus to your max HP and your current HP. I forgot 8 is.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. And
8
I
is
do have 8
fun.
temporary hit points,
Mhm.
but I go from 48 to 73, and my max goes to 101, which is much better comparatively.
Yep.
That puts me at 81 hit points. Okay. Then I am going to... Is there anyone that's still injured more than me, or is it just me, do you guys think?
Just you and maybe Mark.
Yeah.
How
Who
is
is the
Wolfgar?
fuck out of the room right now?
I'm fully healed, but but fully healed is less than any of you guys because of the curse I took.
Right. Okay. Then I'm going to spend my action to cast Cure Wounds on myself. At first level. Healing. I still don't know why it is doing touch attack. I never looked at that. I'll heal another 9 hit points.
Okay.
82. And then I'm actually going to hold my bonus action on Hex until after Gale's turn.
Okay.
you
Warden
can do
/ Orchid.
I am going to use a 3rd level spell slot to cast Heroism
Mm-hmm.
on Ulfgar, Balgan, and myself.
That's concentration, right?
That is concentration, yes.
Cool.
That gives us 4, 5 temp HP every turn?
4.
Awesome.
You also are immune to fear.
I was gonna grin at that and look over his shoulder. Thanks.
Thank me whenever we get out of here.
If
And then, is that all you're doing, Gale?
That is all I am doing thus far.
My bonus action Hex will go off. I just rolled for its damage. My mistake. I am targeting strength. It has disadvantage on all strength ability checks until I lose concentration.
Gotcha. This thing does?
Yes. Place a curse on a creature you can see within range. Deal an extra d6 necrotic damage whenever I hit with an attack. Can also choose one ability when I cast the spell. The target has disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen ability.
Okay.
I would like to remind everyone that I took utility spells and not damage spells. This is going to change whenever we get a rest.
Okay. Anything else?
I think that was
Hang
my turn.
Okay, that is the end of the prep phase. As we begin the top of the round with Ulfgar's, the hourglass turns, and you all have 5 rounds to complete whatever requirement this room needs, which is you assume what you assume. As the creature goes into motion on the offensive, Ulfgar.
Alright. Can I use my action to make a better estimation of what... Oh,
Of what? What?
actually, let me go ahead and... I will go ahead and use Emboldening Bond instead. Rather, use my action to embolden all of us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that classic D4. And then for now, I will also cast the Spirit Guardians as well at 4th level. Or
Okay.
sorry, Spiritual Weapon at 4th level. And take a swing.
Go ahead. Let's get a little whipping out there.
That will be 10 force damage, assuming that hits.
Let me redo that. Doop, doop. 10 damage, and what was the attack? 28?
Yeah.
Okay, 28 will hit.
Thankfully.
Yep. Okay, let's make this.
I'll probably try and spend next turn trying to figure it out. Then, end of my turn, I'll go ahead and have my Radiant Defender take its attacks on it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, give me a second. It's a little bit confusing to figure out how to use that to attack.
So you have a Radiant Defender. Is that the name of the actual creature?
I gotta make my spell attack first. Okay, 17 hit.
17 does not hit.
Alright.
Oh boy.
Again.
As it scrapes
Wow.
across the metal, not even giving it a scratch.
Alright, he will follow it up with its mates again, going in for a second hit.
Okay. 25 to hit. That
Alright,
will hit.
Let me go ahead and roll its final attack.
Okay, 27 hits.
A Radiant Mace, 1d10 plus 3 plus the spell's level. Right. The first attack will be for 17 damage,
Mm-hmm.
and second attack will be for 11 damage. Both of them will be radiant damage.
Okay.
And hope you are within 10 feet, yes?
Of the creature or of you?
Of my defender.
Yes.
Alright. We'll go ahead and give you 1d20 points of 9 temp
Just fuck. 9 temp HP will put me above what I had before, so I'll take it.
Yes.
Alright,
the
you
eight.
already have that. But yes, forgot about that. But that
Hey,
was
it puts me a 9 over 8. That's fine.
That's specifically why I
As-
didn't hit him with heroism, by the way.
As the summoned creature is striking it, you see that the holy flashes of radiant damage aren't quite doing as much damage as you would have hoped.
Resistant to radiant. That's good to know.
Alright.
Okay.
That'll be,
That
my
is
turn.
your turn. Before you go, Balkan, it is going to use a legendary action to do two double sledge attacks.
Now, I don't remember. I don't think attack rolls are skill checks technically,
No, they're not.
but I think it's like specifically trying to make a grapple check or what have you.
Yeah, that sort of thing. So two melee attacks against. We'll just do the haunted armor because it's been doing the first real attacks. Let's see. That is going to be two. Okay. Natural 19 and a natural 1. So the first one is going to be
Let's be honest. I think the armor is going to do more damage than Balkan here.
yeah, it's kind of a nutty. when you
24
cast a
points of
six-level
damage to
thing,
the thing, to the shield.
So it will be about half damage as it kind of just bursts through the defenses.
Okay, resistant to bludgeoning damage.
I don't know. It just I'm saying it's about taking about half its health.
Ah,
Damage.
gotcha. So yeah, that's one legendary action. Balgan, you're up.
All right, for my bonus action, I'm gonna rage as he excuse me, roars and transforms. A large, thick tail is gonna pop out behind him as he takes on the tailed form.
The tiger, yes.
And with that, he is going to attack with the scimitar once, and then follow up with a tail strike, reckless for both. So first attack.
Go ahead.
Set this.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So with that, let's see. That would be the scimitar, the first one. That would be 1d8 plus 10 plus the crit. Not sure how to force it to crit there.
We'll just ignore it for now.
Sorry.
Okay,
I think
and
we gotta reroll the D8.
as you, what was that? Go ahead.
Oh, he needs to roll another D8.
Are you doing it one? Yeah, you're doing it one-handed. So do we double? I don't remember our crit rolls. It's been a very long. It's been a while.
So
Should be 20
his
damage.
so it would be 22 or 20 damage from the first strike. And then what happens?
You
Since he was-
you crit. So
No. I mean, Scott was about to say something happened before he did the second strike.
So let me do the. So what is the total damage from that first strike?
20 damage.
20. As you hit it, you realize that, ow, this thing is tough. And then there's a brief moment of you seeing yourself in the reflection of this thing hitting you back. And as its reaction, it does a shield ability, a mirror ability, and you take 20 damage, reduced by half.
you are raging.
Yeah.
Right, so damage. And with
Might as
that,
well
he's
just-
going to the second attack's gonna be the tail.
Mm-hmm.
Since he was recklessly also making that reckless. I was so close.
19. That'll be a miss.
28. He's reckless.
Oh, that's right. 28 will hit.
I was saying so close because that 28 was a 19.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Gotcha.
So with that, we're going to do. Let's see here. But we're also going to activate Infectious Fury. I'm burning my reaction. Oh wait, no. Let's see. It's not reaction. It's when you hit a creature with your natural weapons while you're raging, the target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw DC 15, or it will need to suffer 2d12 psychic damage.
Okay.
So DC 15 saving throw.
Saving throw for Constitution. Oh boy, this thing is pretty.
Wisdom.
Oh, Wisdom. As you do this, there's nothing in there to be affected by some psychic energy. Bolts and wires do not care, and it falls upon deaf ears.
Balgan grumbles at that.
Cannot take psychic damage, making it immune to the effect.
I mean, it makes perfect sense. I'm just saying Balgan grumbles because
Yeah.
he's hoping that might help, and it might help determine what exactly he's fighting.
Anything
And
else?
if the answer is something he doesn't have a good time fighting.
Oh yeah. Anything else?
Nope, that's his turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it's going to use a legendary crushing body slam attack. It is launching forward directly at you, Balkan. And you need to make. Well, actually, it strikes to hit. Let's see. That's an answer 20, but it doesn't do any damage. It just, you see as it launches forward, the chest, pieces of it open and wrap around you, and you are grappled. And the thing you hear behind your head as you are looking out at everyone else, though you do not know it, is the sound of a hydraulic press slowly getting into position.
Oh god, we're gonna be fucking juiced.
Okay, so the mirror golem. So you're attached to it. The mirror golem is going to use. Let's do 2 hammer blows to the. Well, for 1 hammer blow to the spiritual guardian guy. Nope, 9 does not hit. Second attack.
AC is 19 for that.
9 doesn't hit. Third attack. There we go. That's much better. Yep. So that is. Heh. 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Strikes down at it. Looking around at all of you, it is going to move around the Guardian to get into Hope's range, bringing Balkan with it. Hope, your turn.
That fucking sucks.
What would you like to do? Are you speaking? I can't hear you.
Yeah, I have one. Hang on. Sorry.
Okay.
The cough kind of intercepting my voice.
Yeah.
Do I still have a use of that? That wouldn't matter on this turn anyway. Fuck. Okay. Well, that's when I wish I kept Thunder Wave.
You might hurt a lot of people.
Yeah, I know. But this is bad for me. Fuck, do I go all in? That would be stupid, though. Can't be affected by psychic damage.
Well, it implied that you have to go all in. You have 5 rounds.
Ah, fuck it. I pull the dagger from my head.
It pulls out and the short sword appears. And for some
I will
reason,
make-
it doesn't hurt this time. It feels natural to be used as a weapon, a thing to kill.
And I will make my attack roll.
Okay. That
25.
hits. 6 points of radiant, 2 points necrotic.
I also do an additional d6
Okay.
because it is hexed.
Mm-hmm.
That I can't seem to roll for some reason.
I gotcha. Oh, a 6. Yeah. So that's 12, 13, 14 points of damage in total. But, again, it sinks like half an inch into this creature's metallic flesh. Not as much damage as you would hope for.
Mine is better than what I've got. And I'm going to...
Heh, 69.
helpful, but not useful right now. I'm going to use my bonus action to inspire Balgan as he is pushed towards me. I just lay my hand on his shoulder. Come on, those lances are going to be real useful right now.
Hold on. Can you do something else? I have inspiration from earlier.
Oh, you still have Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah,
Okay.
I never burned it, so.
It lasts
Okay.
10 minutes though.
Oh shit.
This
Never
was
mind,
a
I don't have
quick
it.
jaunt. This was like a minute after the last battle.
Oh, then he still has it.
Okay.
Then I'm actually going to look at Warden. One of your spells would be really good right about now, and you'll get a Bardic
I
Inspiration.
don't have anything.
You're still getting it.
Take it.
You're inspired to think of something.
Okay.
And I can't risk an attack of opportunity. Yeah, that's my turn.
Warden.
What is this thing in the corner over here?
Which corner? Oh, that seems to be just a sectioned off roofed area.
A sectioned off roofed area?
Yes. So there is a sort of roof, even though I don't have it on the map yet. I can just do that
Sorry, repeat that one more time. I had to boost your volume.
now. Yeah. So it seems to be just a sectioned off area that has a roof on it.
Okay. I'm going to... Can I get inside of it?
Yep, you certainly can.
Is there like a pit below it? Because it looked like there was whenever I was looking at it on the map. But...
No, it's just a
there is.
pillar and then an open area. Let me
Okay, I
change
am
the
going
light.
to move over to the pillar, on the pillar.
Like here,
One back.
here.
Yeah, using the pillar to cover.
Okay.
I'm going to draw back my bow and fire the chinks in the armor.
Okay, roll your attack. And you technically have half cover. .27 hits. 10 points of piercing damage. And
I'm gonna use one of my charges on my Hunter's jacket.
okay, what else does that
Which is,
do?
I think, another D8.
D8. Okay.
Resetting world 20. Give me a moment.
I got you.
D10, but I rolled a 1.
Okay. So 11 points reduced to 5.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Reduced to 5 as it pings off part of the armor.
That is my turn.
Okay.
I don't have anything else.
Ulfgar.
Ugor would like to take his bonus action, studying the nature of the creature at least.
Certainly
And get a
can.
sense of-
Okay, what are you
Um,
trying to glean?
At least like if there are any magical effects and what magic it might possibly be
Yeah.
into, like the psychic.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
All right. And I'm gonna burn the D4 on this one.
Okay.
21.
Okay, over 20. Yeah. You see almost like etchings in the mirror finish that aren't clear unless you actually take time to focus on it. There's runes all over this thing, protective runes of all kinds, and it's it's resistant against a lot of damage.
Um, any spell effects that I can, like, obviously psychic, but any other conditions I could glean at as well?
Uh, let's see. So there's nothing like it is anti a certain spell effect, but you do see symbols of like reversing things that, and as you recall from when Balgan hit it, it can reflect attacks back upon certain people sometimes.
We'll kind of convey all this information. I try and get us. Wait, let me just double check. It spoke to us in common, so I'm gonna attempt to command it to drop, and which would basically it would spend its whole turn just dropping Balgan
Right.
if I succeed. So wisdom saving throw, DC 18.
Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just double checking. It is considered a charm, the command spell, right?
Is not. I was double checking that as well while I was asking you. Fortunately, it is not a charm effect.
Okay.
It's like a word laden with power.
Yeah, it needs to understand the language.
Okay, yeah, I'll
it
allow it.
does.
So it does save, though.
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
Well, seemed worth it.
but yeah.
Hey,
All right. I still have the haunted armor to make up for the.
Yep.
I'm gonna take those 3 attacks.
Actually, before it goes to the
Alright.
armor, it is going to use a legendary action just to get rid of this pest.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Which pest?
the armor.
Yes.
I mean, it has open in front of him,
19 to
so
hit.
What hit?
19, right?
19 is exactly. Yeah, so it hits.
Yeah, okay. So that is 21 points of damage.
Oh shit. Okay.
As it backhands this thing, and if it's still alive, there's the second attack coming.
Yeah, the second attack will probably kill it.
Natural
Gotcha.
19, yeah.
Yep, dead.
Okay. Seeing the backhand does it, it lifts it up and just crunch. Poof.
Ooh, damn. 1 round for a 6th level spell.
That's legendary action. Okay. Balgan.
So I'm not sure if this counts.
Beginning of your turn, Balgan, I need you to make an athletics saving throw to see if you can manage to avoid getting crushed by this thing.
is this a contested strength check?
No, it is just a save.
Oh.
Athletics. And does this count as like magic or?
No, it's not magic.
Wanted to make sure so it doesn't
Yeah.
get affected by the cloak.
And you have the D4 if she so desire to use it.
You also have
You're
my-
raging, aren't you?
I'm gonna burn everything pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, weren't you raging from last turn?
22. That is enough. You manage to use its own force against it and almost dislocating your shoulder, squeeze out of the binds as it clamps down on itself. You do not receive any damage and you can take your turn as normal.
Is it still slightly open in the front there?
It was bands that appeared out around the armor.
Oh, so it wasn't like it was opening up the armor front itself.
Not quite. Like flaps in its armor.
Are those flaps still open?
Yes.
Balgan's going to take a javelin of lightning in each hand.
Mm-hmm.
And while he unfortunately burned the thing earlier, so he's kicking himself for that, they're still technically weapons. What he's going to do is he's going to try to, at the same time, jam both of them into the exposed armor flaps to try to destroy the joints.
You could certainly try.
Yep. So reckless for that. Let's see.
Do you also have bardic inspiration for one of them? Should you need it?
Yep. Hooray!
Hooray! Okay. Natural 20.
So for the first one,
Oh.
I don't know why I did the lightning bit automatically.
Just because it's automatically, but that's 6 piercing.
6 piercing plus once
Plus what?
another d6, so another 5, 11.
11
Since,
points.
natural
Reduced to
And then
5.
you have to make the save.
But yeah.
Lightning.
No, I can't do the lightning.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, he used them.
He
Do it,
used,
do it.
he used in the previous combat. He's just using these to try to jam it because he doesn't want to damage his sword.
As you jam it into this place where the flaps are, as they're still retracting from almost crushing you, it almost breaks the spear. You hear a splintering, and a bit of magic appears, pulling it out. It's still usable, but holy cow, those things are powerful.
On seeing this, he's not going to attack with the second spear. He's going to instead try to jam his sword into a weak point on the chest, like any small sliver of crack. He's going to try to jam it in and twist it.
Sure
slightly,
thing.
Just to try to do as much damage as he can.
Okay.
So another reckless attack.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Pretty sure 29 hits.
20 doesn't hit.
29. No, 29.
Oh, yeah. Okay. As you are attacking recklessly, you hit it, but don't manage to get into one of its weak points.
Yep. So that would be 16 damage.
16. Okay.
And that would be his turn.
Okay. Before it goes, it is going to do 2 attacks against you, Balgan. Since you are doing damage to it now. Okay, 19 and a 16 to hit.
And what's the totals for both? I'm going to burn the beast tail to increase my AC.
Okay, so total is 19 and total is 16.
I think you have advantage, right?
Oh, that's right. Okay, so a 19 for the first one because you are recklessly. I just wrote down a note to remind myself to do that. And then a...
Oh, Balgan, sorry.
The first one misses.
the second one is going to be a 27.
Yeah, that will hit.
Okay.
So first one misses, second one hits.
Yep.
Because I can only also block 1 attack, so...
Fair enough.
Doesn't that become your AC for the rest of the round, or is that not how that works?
Applying a bonus to your AC equal to the number roll, potentially causing the attack to miss you, but it doesn't say anything about it lasting the rest of the round, unlike shield.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
19 points of damage, bludgeoning.
So that would be
18, 9 points of damage total.
-4.
-4.
Temp
Oh, yeah.
HP.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, don't forget.
Yeah, it refreshes at the start of my round every time.
Okay.
Okay.
And, yep.
Yep, now it's the golem's turn.
For the record, default AC is 18. Is just with the +5 from the first tail. That was how I survived the first attack.
Okay, yeah. It is going to try to make... Okay, as you see the arm reach out, it is going to reach out towards you, Balkan, and try to grab hold of one of your arms.
Dexterity, I assume.
Nope, it's just a straight attacking. And since it's attacking you... 20 to hit. Not natural.
Yeah, that hits.
and it is going to use the clamping attack, so that as it grabs you, it doesn't grapple you, it just, you hear the hydraulic press again, and it starts to crush your arm. So that is 11 plus. So 16 points of damage, bludgeoning basically.
So that would be 8.
Yes, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw as you feel your bones creaking, just like that spear that you used. Okay. You managed to twist out again, and you realized your bone could have broken under that. As it reaches out and attacks Hope for its second attack, and last one this round.
Get out of here.
Oh,
Growls at Hope.
nope, that's a miss. Okay.
What did you roll?
4 plus 13 in total.
That will still hit because I have a -2 to my dexterity. I have a 10 AC.
Oh, that's right from the last. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So Balga's turn to go get out of here as the thing just
And
slugs
Hope's
him.
just
Look, Hope's already got a fist in his face.
Okay, that's going to be 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Let me do some math real quick. 77 hit points now.
Yep, that's its turn. Hope.
Ulfgar, your temp HP disappears. Hope is actually going to.
Oh, actually, when I spotted those runes, could they be dispelled?
Yeah, did you relay the runes? Because
Yes, I
that's
re- I
exactly
relayed
what I was
everything.
thinking of.
I relayed everything that I discovered.
You can just make a quick intelligence check real fast,
All right.
just freely.
Oof. A natty
You
one.
can actually no. Sorry, let me roll a d4 for this. I love that homebrew rule. Okay, yeah. Anything magical can be dispelled.
Yeah, that's what Ulfgar will relay to Hope is. Because I don't know that might be bad information.
Yep. And
Is it worth something strong? That's all I got at this point.
Is it worth what?
Is it worth something strong? Because that's all I've got at this point.
Ill
I would think
reflect.
so. Those runes seems powerful.
Balga is shaking his head. Ill reflected. I hit it as hard as I could, and it just slashed me right back.
Hope's gonna look at. Having spun around, is actually going to look at the runes on this thing. Do they look like they can be dispelled?
would you like to take part of your turn to make an Arcana check?
I would if I could do it with my bonus action.
Certainly can try.
I thought it
Okay.
was that 17.
Nope.
Not
So
much better.
in this fight, you look behind you at the just up reactionary at the hourglass, and if you had the full time and it was sitting still, the pace in which you can read, you wouldn't be able to read all of these runes, let alone understand them to know their level and counterspell them or dispel them in the time that the hourglass has left, which is about 3 rounds. So it's time to
Kinda,
pull out everything you got.
Hope's gonna grumble under his breath. I'm gonna cast. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna cast Blade Ward as an action to give myself resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage.
Okay, it's gonna use. Nah, it's good. Okay.
Remember, we only got 3 turns though.
I know, and I am going. I cannot be here. And I'm going to provoke an attack of opportunity and attempt to move away.
Oop. Oop. Just get back in there. You are gonna take the attack of opportunity.
I am.
Okay, it is going to use Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's gonna do. As it reaches... sorry, give me a second. This creature...
believe Hope is dead.
The what?
I said, I can't believe Hope is dead. Rip, good buddy.
Okay.
Damn.
The attack it makes is not with an arm or anything. It is with... As it lunges forward, its body tries to wrap around you for a 17 to hit.
That will hit.
As it grapples you.
There's disadvantage on a grapple check, my friend. It must do so at disadvantage. It is a strength-based check. It is hexed.
It's more of an attack, but I can certainly roll again.
I don't know how that works when it comes to
Yeah.
hex and grapples. No, sometimes yes, sometimes no. It's weird.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, it's not an opposing check, it's one of those, yeah. But
Yeah,
the second one is higher than the first one, so it
Damn.
does
I tried.
grapple you, and it looks down into your eyes, and it says, Blade Ward, seriously? You do not understand the situation you are in. This is an all-out attack, and you will pay for your insolence. As you hear the hydraulic press begin to chug along. Warden.
I am going to go ahead and hit Hope with Balm of the Summer Court so he doesn't instantly die.
Fair.
So that's 3d6 to you.
Okay. Am I
And
rolling it,
you
or are you
roll
rolling
that
it?
and get your health back because my die are bad, and you also get 3 temp HP on top of that.
Balgan suddenly regretting putting his immovable rod elsewhere.
And I'm going to.
Sag.
I mean, it would have been worse if I rolled it, so don't worry.
And then I get how many temp HP?
3. And then I'm going to draw back an arrow and fire again.
Go for it. That 22 hits. 6 piercing. +5, okay. As you see this creature, this construct, it shows you the reflection of your arrow coming right back at you, and you receive the same damage that you threw out, and it is going to say, healing at a time like this, you do not understand the nature of this either. I am disappointed.
Out of character, I'm going to say it's a bonus action. What am I supposed to use with it?
Yes.
We're getting judged by a robot.
Oh yeah, this thing's pretty... Yeah.
I don't have any bonus action spells to use.
You're good, you're good. End of your turn... Ulfgar.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, Scott. Quick
Yes.
question.
Go ahead.
This is Richelli's Revenge of the Short Sword, right?
Yes.
Now, I was critting on a 17, 18, 19, 20 last time I used this thing.
That I believe
Does that
was...
still maintain, or is that because I was fighting a source of my vengeance?
You were fighting a source of your vengeance.
Okay. Wanted to check.
I mean, if you wish to make this thing the source of another piece of vengeance,
No,
you
no,
certainly
no,
can.
He does not.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure.
No, I'm just saying that's always an option with this curse.
I mean, that's also a game over with this situation.
Now, Hope has been scorning this curse intentionally. He's not going to embrace it now.
Okay. Very well. What would Ulfgar like to do?
Right. We're on timer 2, right? 2 turns left? Or 3?
After... Yes, you're starting the round, so you have 2 complete rounds.
Alright. Well, it's asking us to fully show us what we've got. Ulfgar's gonna again cast another 6th level spell, this time of Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
Go ahead and step in a little bit to get it in the radius. Actually, let me. What are the other options? It seems to be resistant to necrotic damage as well, right?
It from Hope's attack, yes.
All right. Yep. Then let's keep it as is. 37 radiant on the start of its turn. Unless it
Fuck
makes.
me.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a big roll.
Fuck,
37.
that's really fucking good for Spirit Guardians.
All right, and then I'm gonna follow it up with another
Taking this so I can read it. Sorry.
Yep, go ahead.
whack. 21. Does that hit?
21 just hits.
All right.
Its reaction was
12
spent.
force damage.
So 12 force. Okay.
So we're just gonna try and batter it down. At least doesn't seem to be reflecting force, so that'll be end of my turn.
Let's see. It has one more legendary action. Ooh. Oh, that's not good. Okay.
I'm ready to reroll.
As you see many of its runes appear all across his chest, it reflects the spell that you cast, Ulfgar.
All right.
Oh, shit.
So let's see. Spiritual Guardians is a 68.
If it's fully, yeah. If it's doing it at 6th level, yes.
Yep. This thing is as strong as you guys can make it. So that is 29 points of damage to everyone within. What's the difference? 15
You get
feet?
to make a dex save.
Yep.
So
Oh.
wisdom,
I get it.
Oh, it's a wisdom save?
yes. Does it use my spellcasting modifier?
Okay.
What's the range?
15 feet.
15. So you're out.
Okay. Woo!
Hope it's safe.
Hooray!
Well-
I don't critically fail at least.
We take half damage, I believe.
No, I take full damage.
Okay, and sorry, one more thing. Since it is a reflection, it is half the damage it would be. So instead of 29, 28, 14 points of damage if you fail, 12 if, sorry, 7 if you succeed.
What damage type is it? Oh,
It is radiant.
It's ready. Okay, for some reason my brain went piercing.
Because of my arrows, probably.
Ah, yeah, that was it.
7 if you succeed, 14 if you fail. But we can just do that now.
So 7 if you succeed. Okay.
I forgot the 2 from that one round.
Okay, so
Okay,
that's
and
that legendary
starting round is-
action. Balkan.
Okay, so we have the 4 temp HP from the heroics.
Yep.
And on seeing we have limited time left, and that Hope's melee in the creature's thing, are they wrappings?
They're just
Like, what's
kind of like just bands sort of thing. Metallic bands that pop out, reach out, grab, and pull in to crush.
okay? He's going to step over to the side and try to recklessly slash those bands and possibly try to jam the sword in at the same time.
Okay.
Going all out like it asked,
Mm-hmm.
but also trying to make sure Hope gets the fuck away from it before it eats him. So first attack. Fuck yes.
Oh my god! That's
Okay.
the third one!
I know. All right, so first attack roll is, and then we have the extra.
It's a good thing we're doing it on roll 20. That way you can prove that you're not cheating.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
with that,
reckless
we've
helps a
got,
lot.
19 damage.
It does.
Okay.
As a barbarian, don't you get brutal critical or whatever?
19
No,
total.
not this one. I'm half
And
a
what's
beast.
specific?
That's,
Yeah, I got the infectious fury and stuff.
At 9th level, it says all barbarians get it.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Let me check them.
double check that.
You get 1 additional weapon damage dice at 9th level.
And I think it upgrades again at 14th to 2.
Oh yeah. I do get 1 additional weapon damage. So should I be rolling for the previous ones too?
Just roll for this one.
Oh.
Damn.
Well, I mean, that pops you
I
up
mean,
by 1 point
It brings it up to
because
20.
it was
20
odd
damage from the
numbered.
first strike.
Yep.
Second attack. Disadvantage. $27, I'm pretty sure hits.
Sorry, guys.
You're good. 27 hits, yeah?
For 11 damage.
11 damage.
All of these aimed at the metallic bands to try to free up.
Yes, as you are hacking and slashing, you realize that the joints on this thing are just as strong as it is, and trying to break one of the pieces of metal that need to be put under so much pressure to do the action of crushing someone is not a weak point, per se.
Hoggin's grumbling, but he can't really help it.
Yeah. Okay. As the mirror golem looks down at you all, it is too bad you lost use of your lightning lances, as I am weak to lightning. As it reaches out a foot and kicks at you for a stomp
You do
attack.
have to-
Gordon over in the corner screams, "God damn it!"
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to scream on stream, but you guys get to hear Balgan curse very loudly in a
Okay.
series of languages, from it going straight from Abyssal to Celestial to Elvish.
That
and back to
hits.
So the passive insight as true.
What's the attack AC?
It was a natural 19, so 28.
Okay, so yeah, 22 would not actually save him.
No.
Straight to the face.
Okay, so it is going to be 19 points of bludgeoning damage as it kicks at you.
Okay, so that would be 9 damage.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no.
And then it follows it up with a hit, with a hammer blow from the gargantuan fists. 19 hits.
Remember -4 on that first bit of damage because heroism refreshed.
Yep.
19 hit.
We're gonna use that form of the beast for that one.
You already rolled Form of the Beast for the first one.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
In that case, yeah, he takes it.
Okay. This one should do rush damage, but let's see.
Did you take the radiant damage?
Yep. 13 points of bludgeoning from the second and final attack. Hope.
Yeah, so 6 points.
I meant the radiant damage from Spirit Guardian Scott.
Oh, right. Let me...
Oh yeah, I take full damage from that, by the way. So I'm not a barbarian. I'm just a barbarian.
Okay, it does save, but it takes... Let's scroll up. 37,
It'll take half.
36,
37.
so... And then
Might be half
half
again
again.
now.
Yeah.
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 So 18. 9 points.
Where is Balgan? Okay.
Hope,
next.
beginning of your turn. Athletics... sorry. Yeah, an athletics check.
Does
Athletics
he get
check.
any aid from Balgan trying to help there, or?
It is a strength saving throw, sorry.
Shit.
Squishy boy.
Power, but I don't think that'll help you.
Yeah.
So you are grappled, you cannot use somatic, and you take... $25 points of bludgeoning damage.
Halved because of Blade Ward.
Yeah. So 12.
Well played.
Yep. And yeah, you cannot move your arms, and you are... what's the word?
Restrained.
Restrained, yes. What would you like to do?
Scream into the void.
Somatic.
Damn.
Hey, there's something I can do. Yeah, you did a real good job of locking us up so we can't do shit, didn't you? And in this grasp, word of radiance is going to erupt out from around me, striking this creature in specifically.
Gotcha.
It needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
That is a fail. Which, even with all of its modifiers, it does.
3d6 radiant damage halved.
Okay, 6. Cool. As it bursts out from you, you are still held in its grasp. So at the beginning of Ulfgar's turn, and it's the last round.
Right here.
So you each, outside of Warden, have one more turn. Warden has 2.
Wait, is it my turn or?
After Hope, it is Warden.
After.
Can't use somatic, or I would be doing much more.
Yeah.
Is the we can see the hourglass, right?
Yep, and you see it is running really slow.
Where is it?
It is attached, like, embedded inside the doorway to the right.
To the right, so near me.
It's right here about.
Okay, I'm going to kind of run by. I'm going to tap Hope and hidden pathways him out of there.
Fuck! Yes!
Good choice.
And I'm going to go
Where do I
over
end
to the
up?
timer. And I'm going to try to flip it.
I will say it is
Before
like...
time.
it's kind of embedded in the wall. It's not, like, sticking out.
So I can't attempt any check to try to change it.
If you have a way to break through the glass and then try something, but it's more of a symbol for you guys about what the timing is. It seems like
I mean, I could just try to fucking smash it with my
you
bonus
can
action, I guess.
certainly try, but I will say this hourglass doesn't have the magical incantation, arcanical symbols and everything to be like the source of the whole challenge.
Okay, I'll just
It was literally just an hourglass.
So it's just
I'll just Misty steps back because I get a free cast of that.
Gotcha.
Where do I end up?
Thank you, Fey
Yeah.
Touch. I'll probably put you in the opposite corner, over behind Ulfgar, where his little protective
Yeah.
thing was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
where the chicken
Uh,
berry is.
Yeah, and then I go back to where I was. So
Okay.
Okay. And then Scott, can you move me there?
Yeah,
So
I
can
gotcha.
move myself. Oh wait, no, I
Oh.
can move myself there. Okay.
Woo.
Cool. That gives me things.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. Warden, anything else?
That is, I guess, action and bonus action if I use Misty Step Out.
So, last round, do your worst. Ulfgar.
Well, Spirit Guardians automatically does the thing. Oof, this is opposite of 37.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Or with slight disappointment, I am. All right, I'm just gonna attempt to blast it with some magic missiles. And I'm gonna
Okay.
cry when they get all reflected back at me. So I'll go and do it at 5th level, so I think that's...
Yeah, fuck it. Go all in. I have a
Yep.
thing.
Oh, but the hell? It just says 5th level, it doesn't do the dice.
Yeah,
Well,
just
they're
hit
what, a
it a whole
D4
bunch more
piece?
times.
Yeah, so roll a d4, however many more times you
So,
need.
4 more. No, not 4 more times.
Yeah,
It's
it's a total of 8 times.
Yes.
Total, I'll just roll you 8d4 inside the chat. How's that
I
sound?
got it.
Okay.
Oh god,
7,
it's my spell.
4.
Back off.
plus 7.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
So
31 force damage.
You actually didn't roll that bad.
31.
Only one-
Okay,
only one
reduced by
D- one on
15.
the one.
Yeah. I got 4 force. Making up for the Spirit Guardians.
As you strike with all of those, you hit it, and you're expecting a retaliation, but it doesn't react. It just turns, and you see the eyes slowly glow red. And you recognize something. The magic in the runes that you had looked at previously start to fade a little bit, but the faint lines of vein-like wires in its arms increase in brightness drastically. And
Hey, I'm so stupid. I have relentless hex. I could have teleported out of that anyway.
well,
Alright, but as kind of Ulfgar kind of makes a note of that, he's gonna be like, Hope, force damage seems to be doing something to it.
Gotcha.
Lost it.
as you can make an insight check if you wish.
That will take my bonus action? Or I'd like to just...
If you would like to use it as a free action, you might get less information, but
Yeah, I'll do it as a reaction.
okay, reaction. Very well. I'll accept that. Insiders. You see that it's not so much the force damage. Something clicked in this creature, and it's turning all of its defense into offense.
Okay.
So,
Well, leaving that as it is, I'm gonna go ahead and use my bonus action to go ahead and take a hammer whack with my spiritual
Hammer
weapon.
whack. My opponent's defense.
27.
Do you relay that, Ulfgar, the second thing
Yeah.
you noticed?
Yeah, he kind of says something like, oh, no, it might be just clicking into offense.
You can
That's the
see
type of person
Balvin
down.
just groan. He's like, God damn it. Or
okay.
not God damn it, but
Yeah.
God damn it.
right.
Oh,
I'll heal you up, Balgan, if you die.
Rux Johnson, damn it!
Sure. Ulfgar, at the end of your turn, it is going to use legendary action to fly at you, using its body slam attack to launch 10 feet at you.
It is difficult terrain.
Does
I
it
don't know if
work
that's
on
relevant.
Does it also provoke opportunity attack from Balvin?
Yes, Balgan, you can take out type of opportunity.
Okay.
It's got, is the body slam only 10 feet?
Uh,
It's
no, it
difficult
is.
terrain.
It's movement up to its movement. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I miss.
Okay.
Wait, why aren't you raging anymore? You've been making attacks and receiving them.
No, this is a reaction. I can't reckless on sorry, I can't reckless on the opportunity.
Oh, no, you can't.
Okay. It is attacking you with its body slam attack.
Yeah, weren't you
Ulfgar.
reckless before, though?
Okay.
Yep.
Another natural 20, but this thing does no damage. But you're trapped,
Let's see.
Balgan.
Yep, sorry, I'm just rereading because of Gail's question. Let's see. Yeah, when you first make your attack on the turn, you can decide to attack recklessly. Oh, it's until this turn, so I actually do have advantage.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yep.
I was actually going to mention it earlier whenever you said I'm going to do reckless on both. I'm just like, wait,
yeah,
what was the
that's
wording on that again?
That's my bad. I should have read the wording properly.
Okay.
So just
You can
roll
go ahead.
just in case.
21 would hit normally.
D4, Belgian.
And the 1d4.
but it
Plus
uses
bardic
its
inspiration.
reaction to its shield ability. As you see many upon many plates suddenly appear around its body, more than the armor it had, which is unbelievable in its own right. And it now has a much higher armor class.
Okay, 23 doesn't hit either.
Nope.
Valgan just turns to Ulfgar.
Hey.
What do you mean it's going on the offense?
You have a bardic inspiration still.
I'm gonna roll. Let's see.
That was its
1d6,
reaction
right?
used. Legendary
Yes.
action. Legendary action. It is done.
Technically, he's already said that it's missed.
Yeah.
True.
Right. And even then,
Still throwing it out there.
you need a 26 at this point.
Okay. But
I
yeah,
mean,
he's
he's
like, what
at
do you mean
23,
it's going on
that's
the
not
offense
bad.
on seeing all the extra armor?
Well, it's the
He's
time is
got
running
a
out.
23.
so-
That's not bad.
No. Anything else? Okay, so Balgan, it is your turn.
Valgan's going to immediately get right behind it and try to just slam the sword straight into its back, right along the spinal cord if there's any gaps there. Recklessly, of course. Try
I
to-
will say, would you like to make an actual targeted attack, disadvantage to try to do something, or an actual just reckless attack to do damage?
I will take the disadvantage to try to do as much damage to the internals as possible.
Okay,
because
so
that's
this
gonna say-
will not be reckless because
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
roll with disadvantage.
go for it then.
For
Hard
both
to aim when you're
attacks.
reckless.
Yeah, and the D4 does regenerate again now. Because
But- Can I actually take that as a normal with the reckless, the disadvantage?
But you can add the D4 to any attack,
No,
right?
I mean like it's disadvantage to make a targeted attack. Would I be able to take a normal attack if I reckless for the disadvantage attack?
This is the choice between just a normal attack, a reckless attack, which is advantage, or a targeted, single,
Okay, so I
precise
can't-
strike sneak attack damage version.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just take the pure disadvantage then.
Okay.
You got your
Attack.
D4. You got your D6.
Yep. So we're gonna do both of those on the. If this one doesn't hit.
13.
Roll your stuff.
Actually, we're gonna see if I can get.
Ex-
Because
yeah,
that's
second
two,
attack.
Yeah.
They're all.
Because
they're
you
both on one
need
time.
more than a plus 10 to hit.
Yeah, so I can't.
Oh
make
my
it.
god.
Unfortunately, he just misses both times.
Okay. You're stabbing, you see, and you realize as you stab into a chink in its armor, the metal isn't solid there. At least not when you stab into it. It's like it's alive in its own right, almost like an ooze or something. It flows into the gap you were stabbing upon, and then as you touch it, solid metal.
I'm gonna do a. Can I do a? Let's see here. Can I do a, which check would I need to use to actually check what it is? Let's see if-
Arcana.
Okay, I'll do that for my bonus action.
Sure thing.
I know
Okay.
nothing.
I mean, you are striking it, so you know that
Yeah,
this
might be
thing,
one you can burn those on.
yeah, this thing has some kind of defense underneath its armor that stops people from just, like a couple rogues, from just getting right in and just doing extra damage. Like, this thing has the absolute defense, almost.
I don't know if it being 13 makes a difference. You got a 13 again. Oh my
Two 13s in a
god.
row. Yeah.
I mean, you're not a rogue, but if you were, you would know that this thing would be resistant to sneak attack damage.
Yeah, Balkan has no idea. He just thinks it's very, very, very stubborn.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Balgan. End of your turn.
Yep.
The golem. Instead of bothering with anyone else, it is going to reach out both of its arms, pulling in, grabbing either of your arms, Ulfgar, and make 2 crushing attacks.
My armor class is currently 20.
Yes. Okay, so second one misses, but the first one does clamp onto your
I'll,
arm.
Trigger shield when it hits. So 25.
Okay, 25 is what it rolled.
Okay, I think it beats it then.
Yeah, so it does just manage to beat it for the first attack. You need to make a Constitution saving throw, and let's see.
And it also needs to take the Spirit Guardian's damage now.
Yes.
I'll burn a D4. Seems useful to do that now.
Do you do that
Nope,
as a
17.
reaction?
No, it's free.
Okay. Okay, you do save from getting your arm broken, but you do still take 9 points of... Sorry, 14 points of damage.
Right, reduced to 10 because of Warden.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like heroism is really came in clutch here.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's-
I'm looking at things like heavy armor master now, and I'm like, that might be more useful than I think it is. That -3 on every attack you receive.
You guys are gonna hate me for this. I completely forgot I even had this. I could have cast this at the start of the battle.
Yes, you could have, and it would have been great. But alas, here we are.
I forget that I have spells all the time because they're almost never useful on it.
Stare.
Yeah.
I was considering Fairy Fire, but I decided that heroism was probably a better idea just to make sure that everyone.
I mean, in this case... Okay, so from the
Yeah,
Spiritual
heroism has done a lot of,
Guardians...
help.
I don't know if the
Gotcha.
help was that relevant this fight though.
Okay, Hope.
It's very relevant. It's actually negated a lot of damage to Balgan.
Hope it is your
I'm going
turn.
to
Everything's
use
refreshed.
my bonus action on Relentless X
Mm-hmm.
to teleport 30 feet directly above him into like his shoulders.
Right.
I want to like basically land on him, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
He has so much surface area, even though it's slippery as glass, you could get on his shoulder.
I'm looking for a space. Doesn't have to be big.
You look down, and there are
between
spaces,
the
but you see like some mercury-like liquid running underneath the armor that may make it difficult, but you can certainly try something.
Doesn't matter. I
Okay.
press my hands into the space and clap, sending out a 5th level thunderclap into that direction,
Okay.
into that chink of the armor.
Make your... Let's see, what save is that?
This is a Constitution saving throw.
Boy. Dang. This guy has Constitution at the wazoo, but that's a 15.
Fails.
Yep.
He takes, if it's going to cast a spell, or it's just not going to, so he's going to take...
Not quite
believe
lightning
it's-
damage, but yeah.
5d8, right?
It starts off at 2d8, and then I have
that's
4 more,
68.
so I think it's 68 thunder damage.
There you go. Appropriate music for this.
By the way, that would hit Ulfgar and like unless you're pointing it outwards, it would hit Ulfgar and Balgan as well.
He is pointing it outwards. He's like, effectively, he'd be like,
Yeah.
if there's a chink in the armor,
It
like,
will hit Ulfgar because Ulfgar's like in the creature's space.
Don't worry about it. Go for it. I got plenty of
Yeah,
points.
you're like 2 feet away from Ulfgar's head.
Sorry, Ulfgar!
No, we need to get to. I don't care.
That is the correct attitude.
23 points of thunder damage.
Nice. And since the runes aren't active,
You take half, Ulfgar.
So 11 points.
It is also pushed 10 feet in the opposite direction as me, into the pillar behind him.
and
okay,
I am not
dragging
pushed again.
Ulfgar with you.
I'm not pushed with the underwhelm. It actually pushes it away from me.
which
Well,
makes
you're
it
like
difficult.
you're in it. If it gets pushed, you get pulled
Oh.
with it.
Normally breaks grapple when force movement happens.
Well, I don't think this is grapple. I think this
Well,
is
this is
This is
one of those special
restrained.
cases where he's literally inside.
Yeah, like if you tie yourself to someone with a metal cable and then weld it shut, that's the level of attached you are to this thing right now.
I am fully biased by it.
Yeah.
Still within
Okay.
threat range for me.
It would technically move out of your space belkin.
Okay. very
Force
good.
movement doesn't trigger
Yeah,
opportunity.
force movement,
Yeah, unfortunately, it
fair
does
enough.
not.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's all you can do to keep from getting damaged as well, let's say.
Yeah, in which case he would just dive out of the way.
Yep.
Do we,
Did
do
me
both of
targeting
us-
that chink in the armor do anything extra for me here?
Not quite. You see a whole bunch of the Mercury, like, sense the intent for some reason and cover up that little, like, chink of exposed wires.
did both of us take any bludgeoning damage from the pillar?
You kind of
Also thrust him directly into a pillar.
Yeah, you kind of stop at
Which
the pillar, so you'll take a little bit.
Bonk.
Yeah, okay. Max damage, which is 6 damage.
Ah, fuck, I'm in threat range now.
Yeah.
Okay. End of
Alright.
anything else, Hope?
I mean, it doesn't have any more turns to attack you with.
Well, it's everything refreshed on its turn.
I think Hope is just gonna start to like try to get its attention on its feet,
Okay.
doing whatever he can to do so. I don't know if there's a way for me to do that, but he's gonna attempt to get its attention back focused on him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can take the hits. I'm fine.
As you say
got
that,
out of-
Ulfgar, it is going to use its legendary action to do another two vice grip-like attacks against you.
And both will be at AC 25 now.
Okay, so that is 25 and a 26.
Yep, both will hit.
Okay,
Damn.
sorry.
Big oof. If only there had been like a half second later.
So
Yeah,
two
sorry.
Constitution saving throws from you, Ulfgar.
Alright. It is a new turn.
And in total, that is going to be 35 points of damage.
And I'm gonna burn the D4 on the 16.
Did it
So, both
refresh?
18? Yeah, it refreshes every turn.
Every single turn? Well, every single... Because you
Wait,
used
the
it this
only, The only
round.
restriction is you can't use it multiple times on your own turn, so you can't use it for multi-attack stuff. But every new creature's turn, it refreshes.
The
Interesting.
difference between Bless and this is Bless can be done as many times as you want in a minute with no restriction.
Right.
This one is got the restriction once a turn,
Once a
which is why Bless is a spell
turn.
and this is an ability.
Yeah, exactly right.
Okay, we'll go back to that, but you do save, so your arms do not get ripped off, basically. Warden, it is up to you.
I am going to reach out and touch Ulfgar and send him into the far corner with hidden pathways.
Okay.
Send him behind the chicken.
I'm sending him to where there is a U in between him
Ooh.
and the big monster.
As
Well-
Warden, as you try to go reach for Ulfgar, Ulfgar is going to telepathically tell you, attack it if you can. I
Quick
don't
question.
care.
Hidden pathways, if you go somewhere where there is, like, stone or whatever, what happens?
It's a teleport, so if you teleport into an object, but it's not like
I'm
Link
not-
can decide.
Yeah, I'm not going in. I'm just reaching out and touching Ulfgar and sending him.
I'm just
over.
wondering if Ulfgar does end up in pure stone, what happens to him?
It's probably taking the same rules that you would have for Etherealness then, in all honesty.
Yeah, hang on. Let me just
Yeah.
link the thing.
But
I don't
one
think
thing-
I can. I think it has to be an unoccupied space.
Yeah, like I would say just from like none of the teleport stuff has rules for what happens if you end up in the same square because you can't. But for stuff like that, if you're doing like an edge case, I would use the rules for Etherealness because they've got
Right.
In an
Where this is the
unoccupied space, you can
consequence.
see.
Yeah, so Ulfgar can't end up there even
Okay.
even if the spell
But
really dictated.
if you communicate this desire, Warden, through telepathic bond, Ulfgar will very explicitly say, "I don't care. I would rather you attack it." We
Well,
cannot be turning
this
away here.
this creature doesn't know, as it uses its mirror reaction to reach out and touch you, Warden, would have sent you all the way the distance into pure solid stone, but it does not quite work. As you flash, feel yourself constrict in solid stone for a brief second before anything actually, the spell actually takes hold, and you are there untouched.
Question.
Yes.
It's not a spell. It's an ability.
Okay. Well, it doesn't work anyway, as it attempts to do something really mean.
You're on
Yeah,
the
so
consequences for you.
that's the reason I asked. But Warden
Yeah.
wouldn't have communicated. She would have just seen that he was there, reached over and kind of booped him on the nose.
Okay,
So
reaction
let's get you out of that.
used. Yeah, reaction used is your... What would you like to do to finish that up if you can?
So that was my action. So I'm going to just move away towards the other side, and I know I'm probably going to take an attack there. Going kind of around the
Its
pillar.
reaction is already used, so you are safe.
Yeah, I'm going to try to make my way towards the other corner. So
Mhm.
I sent Ulfgar to the far corner behind Balgan, and then I'm going to move as far as I can towards the other.
Okay,
The other
you're
corner.
both in that corner. What would you like to do?
That's it. I don't have anything for a bonus action.
Oh, Hidden Pathways was an action?
It's an action if I use someone else.
Ooh. Okay.
It's a bonus. It's a bonus action if I use it just for me. But
In
it's
that
an action
case,
if I use it
let
on
us
someone else.
retcon this and let me say, are you sure you would like to do that?
Oh shit.
We have to do some form of damage, or we're not going to get through to this.
Smack it.
I don't think I can take an attack on it right now because I'm point blank.
Well,
Just
it
step
doesn't have a
back.
reaction, so like
Yeah.
you can still move out of the way and
Yeah,
do something.
step back and shoot.
I guess, yeah. I will take a step back and shoot, I guess.
Okay. Any spells, anything?
I will use Eldritch Blast instead of my arrows, just because I think it's force damage, and I think I heard someone say force damage is good.
Fair enough.
You get 3 of them because cantrips scale with character level.
And one of them has a D4.
Damn.
Oh!
That's what
you
I'm
did
talking
that.
about. That's what I'm talking
I'm
about.
going to wait. I'm going to use my inspiration on the first one.
Not the second.
That's
one,
that's
not
what, a
the
D6.
Yes, it's a D6 Bardic.
Oh, dang. Just to let you know, the last one would miss.
Yeah,
25
you also have
would
the
miss.
D4 as well.
Well, use the D4 on the last one.
Yeah.
See if you roll a D6 on the first one, and then use a D4 on the last one.
Yeah. Not quite.
Damn.
That would meet old AC, but not new AC.
Not new AC, no.
I will go ahead and use the D4 on the last one. just to make sure.
Okay. A 1 would get you to its AC, so 2 of them hit. The natural 20 and the 25. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna roll it if
Yep.
the one would get it. So
Just do your damage.
it hits regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Deal 3d8, I think?
D10.
3d10.
Okay, it's all down to this. Nice. Okay.
One more.
One more.
One more. No, it's,
Crit.
You crit.
that's it.
You
That's
crit
all
on
I
one.
hit.
You crit, so
Right.
you have an extra D10.
Okay. 14.
Move me over behind the chicken, I guess.
The safety chicken.
Anything else you would like to do with your bonus?
That is all I can do.
Okay. As you do, the hourglass, the last grain of brightly colored sand drops to the bottom. Ulfgar, you are released, and it stands up. Looking at all of you, its arms lowered. How disappointing. And it slowly walks into the door itself.
It walks
Almost.
away from me.
Yes. Are you going to try to attack it?
I feel like that's another "are you sure about that" moment.
Absolutely.
Well. In any case, as it walks through the wall, it leaves the door itself magically accepts this thing like a liquid, and it leaves the face as you sing ting across the armor. It doesn't even register you. The face is exposed in the doorway, and it says, "You have one final challenge. I apologize that this is the worst one, but as you have failed this challenge, here." And you see... Hide volume. Nope. This That's annoying. Let's see. There we go. Why does this do this to me?
The giggle and then why is this being stupid?
Let's just get rid of this high volume then.
For the record, Hope, like, as the challenge comes to a close, just lashes out angrily with
Yes.
Renelli's revenge.
As spikes appear from the ceiling and the ceiling slowly lowers down to each of you. I apologize for you not being strong enough to defeat this dungeon, but there is hope for one of you yet. As the ceiling is slowly lowering, you notice that the spikes aren't actually pointed in a way to do damage. Their ends kind of ball out, and there are perfect handholds as they slowly come down to within arm's reach.
As that happens, Valk is actually going to quickly go over to the sorry, I forgot the name already. Sorry, the two immovable rods.
Immovable rods, yeah.
Quickly deactivate them, then reactivate them each under one spike before taking another two sets.
Yes. As you take them for yourself, you hoist, and each of you will have to lift with your own strength a portion of the wall. And you notice the wall isn't perfectly even. It segments and it drops. Like Ulfgar, you're shorter than Balgan, but the roof slopes down through some sort of magic to get to your height perfectly. Balgan, you look over and you see the two movable rods starting to strain and then crack and fall to the ground. As that segment of the wall, those weren't strong enough.
Yeah, they wouldn't crack. They would immediately just deactivate.
Yeah,
apparently.
it's the crack of them
Like,
hitting the
because-
ground as that segment of the ceiling cracks down.
Yep. The wording is basically as soon as it's like 8,001 pounds, it just immediately deactivates and falls.
Yep.
He would actually grimace on seeing it not work and go, "They really thought of everything."
I am going to drop heroism, and I'm going to cast enhance ability bull strength on everyone here.
Okay, yeah, I was going to do that
Okay.
myself. That works.
So with
fourth
those
level.
cast before you actually take up your own segments of the wall, everyone needs to make strength saving throws. As
Is it
the
check or
What is the,
saving throws. Yeah.
What does the emboldened ability though do though? Just for reference first, since it,
Advantage?
It has advantage on strength checks, and his or her carrying capacity doubles.
I'll allow it. Yeah, it's a check/save.
Yeah, because
Okay.
is it if it's climbing, Scott? Is it athletics actually, or is it just like being prey from being crushed?
It's
Of course, the
it's
one-time
how many
counts.
it's your deadlift weight.
That,
Of
that is
course the
actually athletics.
It
in
is
terms of-
absolutely athletics.
Yeah,
Being able
it's
to
an
lift.
athletics check.
'cause- okay, because I have proficiency in athletics at least.
Yeah. So even though this is a trap and it will do damage if you fail, it is technically still a strength check, athletics check.
I am going to cast Blade Ward one more time before doing the same.
Very well.
And everyone also has the D4 for each 6 seconds of climbing as well.
Oh, can I burn my inspiration?
You may
Yes, go
certainly
ahead.
do so.
I'm gonna burn both the 1d4 and the inspiration.
Yeah, I mean the D4 is automatic because you're doing it each turn anyway.
Okay. Now,
Okay, so that's a.
for this part,
shit!
That would be a 24 then for me.
for this part, we need.
So that definitely
The-
changed it from a pathetic 14.
Okay.
I rolled an 18 with the D4.
19 without D4.
Um, mine would be a 12.
For shits and grins, it's 23.
For this part, we do need Raybar.
Also, it's okay if I just have Balgan before his rage expires to do one more action with the tail.
You may certainly do
Just
so.
everything. He's not actually going to attack or anything like that. He's just going to try to use the tail to sweep the fallen immovable rods towards him so he can pick him up and run if need be.
Very well.
He was here.
Because as the doors open, Raybar himself grabs part of his ceiling. As this is the true. This is a real teamwork sort of
He's
situation
online.
here.
He's online on his phone.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
'cause
let me
it's
add him.
40 minutes, right?
Yeah.
It's been well over 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm off tomorrow, and I'm hype.
Yeah, if would not casting enhance ability on you fuck you over, by the way? If Raybar was coming in during this, Warden knows the limits of his strength.
I can cast Enhance ability instead.
Just to tap Raybar with it.
Yeah. Or a 5th level Enhance ability would cover everyone, right?
It
Okay.
would, but I only have 4th.
So I'm sending him the message that you
right.
guys will
Okay,
receive any
I
second
can,
now.
I can do the cast because I got 5th.
Okay, if you can do the cast, then that's fine.
Yeah.
I just beat you to it, and I only had 4th, so.
But then we see Raybar just kind of coming in late.
I just imagine it's like that GIF from Community.
I also assume that Ulfgar is just getting increasingly more frustrated and mad because he's desperate to get to this.
Let me take a look at what the strongest animal in my wild shape inventory is. 1 second.
As you guys begin to mull over these decisions, the voice speaks. I do apologize for this situation, but you will all die. If you notice the immovable rods you used, this magical sealing registered their strength and went just beyond what they are capable of. So no matter what you do, you will die. But one of you has the chance to leave their companions, go underneath the roofed section, and be saved. And no, I do not
Bullshit.
accept self-sacrifices. One of you needs to choose for himself whether or not you wish to be the one to survive. And as he says that, silence, magical silence, goes around the room.
Is it possible to insight check that voice disembodied?
Don't need to insight check.
Now, as the silence totally wraps around all of you, you can insight check, you can try to glean any ways out, but it is telling you the truth. This is the consequence of its of this challenge.
It looks at everyone and says, I don't care which one of us goes, but one of us.
And you can try to communicate with each other. You can try to say things, but nobody can hear anyone else. This is a personal
Word.
decision.
Bond.
Yeah, telepathic bond.
Sorry, Scott.
Fair enough. It is designed to be a personal decision among all of you to see who wishes to be the one to live on.
I will not leave you all behind.
And Hope's
You
saying it
have-
through strain in his head.
You have, as I counted right now, let me get a timer up. "30 seconds. Who is going to be the one to survive? Go."
Balgan's gonna just shake his head and nod over at the each of them in turn. And the only message he gives through the telepathic bond is, "I had no fight in this."
The roof is crushing you all.
You know,
7,
sorry, Warden.
6,
Warden, go.
5, 3.
Warden.
And as the ceiling comes down, crushing the floor where the safe spot was supposed to be, the rest of the ceiling slowly lets up.
Did you guys forget what we were told?
This is a dungeon designed to work as a team.
As the ceiling slowly lifts, the robotic head nods. "Very well. Congratulations. You may rest here and open the door as you wish." And it slowly melds away out of existence, revealing the handles that you can easily open as you wish, whenever you wish.
I mean, I appreciate caring for my safety, but I'm not dumb.
And as you say that, regardless, and I don't, if I'm honest, I would sacrifice any of you if needed to end the god plague. I thought you were the best equipped to see it through in that moment.
We have done.
Warden kind of sits there in stunned silence for a moment.
Hope
Balgan
spins on a
just-
dime and looks at Ulfgar. There's a slight twinge of anger in his face.
Balgan just slowly draws the sword just in case Ulfgar tries to attack. On hearing that he was ready to kill them all.
We have done everything together, Ulfgar. We lost Foul together. We fought together to fight Rakshasa, save your granddaughter, and everything else.
I was
Really?
dead, I was not there that day. That was on me.
Really? We've been together since school. And now Balgan's new. He's definitely proved his worth here, too.
Balgan now actually looks stunned and slack-jawed.
Glad.
I understand you want the godplague to come to a close. I think all of us do. It's tearing apart our families. And you have a personal stake in it. I understand that as well.
This
Oh.
is more
Yes.
important than our bond.
Shut up. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I knew. I knew that there was no way that taking the selfish play was going to win this. I remember what we were told from the beginning. I appreciate you caring for my safety. I appreciate your faith in my abilities.
I'm not angry with you. I knew that
No.
too.
That's not at you. It's at Ulfgar. You need to calm down because he's trying to make a rational decision under duress. He picked the one of us who he thought could see it through. I don't know if you're offended by that or what. But right now, you're covered head and toe in curses. I
And-
wouldn't put any faith in that being able to overcome possibly the worst curse upon this world. Am I wrong?
Let's out an exhale.
It's gonna take some magic to fix this. And while he's budding, you are more suited to using your strength. Frankly, I concur. It was either me or him, and he chose me. But we're not going to do this alone. We're doing it together. So there's no point in arguing over it because we all made the right decision. None of us stood in that circle. Understand?
Gods. Yes. Just kind of sits down.
And kind of seeing Warden kind of rise to his defense as well. Car's just stroking his beard and says, I was younger. I fear I would have made that decision. And if
I
it's
don't
what-
blame you. If it wasn't for the fact that I knew for a fact that the only way out of this was to work together and not take the easy way out, I don't think I could have stopped myself from pushing Raybar into the center.
Kind of blinks at that.
I'm sure that he probably would have fought me tooth and nail to push me in the center.
Yeah, speaking of Raybar, we were messaging back and forth. He also was yelling at Warden Orchid to get in there, and it would have been much like in Infinity War, you both wrestling to see, who is willing to be less selfish.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They end up crushing each other because they're just trying so hard to throw each other to the circle.
I mean, what a way to go out, right?
Right?
Yep, Raybar is currently breaking down.
Balgan just stands there. He doesn't put his sword away. He just taps on his shoulder as he looks over to Ulfgar. We know the game of this dungeon. You do understand then that any sign of treachery here on given what we're about to face, I will cut down whoever it is.
Part of me thought that's what was going on. I'm sorry.
We can't take risks. We nearly just did. And I'm certain that it's whatever comes next is going to be worse, worse, and worse. I do not care to hurt you guys. You guys have been, honestly, the best part of my life. And that's probably pathetic to you, but it is what it is. So if I do
Just
find
makes me
either
feel
of you about to
sad.
kill each other or betray each other for the sake of, he just pauses there, tapping the sword on his shoulder. Selfish gains. At least in this situation, I won't turn a blind eye. I'll turn a blind eye when it's safe to for you, but in this case, no.
While Balgan is talking, Warden will start making preparations for the Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow. It is literally just flavor in this case, because I'm pretty sure that there's nothing going to be coming in. But it gives us +5 to, I think, perception checks and total cover.
Okay.
Spend some time ritual casting Find Familiar. Just using Conjure, create bonfire on his fingertips to burn the incense and the ash and the charcoal for the spell. But it's going to take a different shape from normal. Ulfgar, your familiar's not around, is it?
My familiar is around. I can send it out. But
You see a second creature, similar to your own, though this fey-like presence. Sit on your shoulder.
yeah, Ulfgar, Trescent, of course, Celestial. How large is the radius of your Heart of Moon and Shadow?
30-foot radius.
Okay, so Ulfgar is definitely kind of like picked a corner for himself for the moment, and ideally like just holding Baranar's symbol in his hands, pondering that on when your familiar comes out. Hope.
As opposed to its usual, as opposed to Fal Jr.'s usual chaotic nature, you can tell it's being seen through, and it just kind of walks up to you and bumps its head against your arm. If telepathic bonds is still up, you just hear in your head, "This is taking a toll on me. I'm sorry."
Too bad. Perhaps the most of all. There's a pang of guilt you feel through him as he kind of like.
It's kind of mutual in that moment.
And y'all were at each other's throats 5 minutes ago, so.
We can
Yeah.
willingly end certain spells on ourselves, right?
Telepathic bond. I mean, I don't know about that, but I guess yeah, that could make sense.
Yeah, in which case Balgan would have cut himself off from the telepathic bond soon afterwards, after he spoke his piece, and he simply takes up a guard position by the door to make sure nobody tries to cross alone. He just sits down, wraps his cloak around himself with his sword at his side, ready to be swiped at if anyone tries to go past the door, and just leans his head back against the door and tries to sleep.
Yep. You have long rest to yourselves in a safe location.
Gonna, during that time, kind of approach Ulfgar and gather Raybar as well, if Raybar is willing, and if Ulfgar is willing.
Sure.
Yeah, as Balgan is going to sleep, Ulfgar will just at least like cast Beacon of Purity in that duration, so he has like that, like lessening of the voices for that time.
Is it time for ceremony? Sorry, out of character. Is it time for ceremony?
Yeah, time for Raybar and Orchid to get hitched.
It is not
You
the
know,
first time that adventurers have gotten married in a dungeon after a fight like that.
There's historical precedents.
Yeah, and it's actually also like it makes sense in many ways, both mechanically and also like facing a god monster.
The problem is that you would have to prepare ceremony, though.
I don't have it prepared, but
Or you would.
Yeah, you would in the morning.
yes, I will have it in the morning.
Hope is going to come find you at some point with Raybar in hand if Raybar is willing Ulfgar. If you spurn him, he will just leave you be, but if...
Yeah, he does not burn you. He's rather brooding, but not, actively avoiding.
He just sits down next to you for a time, and you have a specific preference, as was your home. Was there a specific season you enjoyed?
Moment and autumn.
Hope will nod.
Autumn.
And I will ritual cast the human's tiny hut around the three of us. And then, this is kind of a reach for prestidigitation, but another harmless sensory effect.
Go for it.
Rolling with it. Ulfgar, in the space, you smell the mixture of ale, wood, very woody mixed with honey scent, and then a deep scent of oak leaves towards the end of fall, mixing in towards winter. And the space around you somewhat matches the temperature. It's not cold, but it's that brisk breeze that wakes you up midway through the day.
Do you have any food on you?
He does.
That's how you can get around it with prestidigitation. Flavor the food in a way where it actually has that smell.
And he actually will reach over to Ulfgar's flask. And there's the briefest hint of a spiced ale, if you drink it at this current moment, from his own home.
And as kind of Hope does all this, Ulfgar will put a shoulder around Hope and says, "It is autumn because that is when people gather after the harvest."
He does the same thing to Raybar's flask in the meantime. I lost my lid. Way more than I have any right to do so.
I knew in the heart of my heart that this was a trick, but
Did I?
I was too desperate for one of us to see it through. I didn't.
Okay. I should have met you in your moment of weakness, and that is not your fault. Or mine for exploding like I did. That was unfair to you. And you, and he'll look at Raybar. Checked in on the boat a while ago. I have not been able to process the thoughts that have run through my head since all this began, and it has become an issue. Just happened to come out there. I'm sorry.
We are facing a much more trying time, likely as we go through.
Either way, you both hardly deserved those words.
Roll an insight check. I don't think it's.
What's up?
Roll an insight check.
I actually didn't quite catch the first part of your sentence. 2.
Roll an insight check.
Yeah.
No, I
No,
heard that. I'm...
Never mind. I don't think you're gonna. If I do worse. No. Okay.
Hopes
You see Ulfgar just nod at that in acknowledgement.
I can only imagine what was going through your head in that moment, and it's not right. What I did. At all. I wasn't going to gun for it. I didn't even want to. No, necessarily. jealousy there, just.
You know, there may come a time when such a decision comes upon us for real. Not like this, but it
You
may be the
and
case that all of us are near death, and one of us would need to escape. I would not envy the person in that situation, but I do not wish for us all to go down with the boat, as it were. Someone has to see
the,
us through.
the idea that one of us, or even me, would run out on the rest of us. It hurts, but you're right. We'll get trapped at impossible odds, then one of us must carry the torch. Though I hope for our sake, it's either you
It
or
wouldn't
Warden.
be me, lad. I'm the slowest one of us all.
Look, your short legs wouldn't be the problem here. There's the slightest attempt at humor.
You, it might be my lungs. As he kind of wheezes a little bit.
I mean, the Feywild was not good to you, was it?
No. Well, it was good to me in some ways. I do not think I'd be able to have the insights I do now without it.
No, it's better
Baron.
than mine. It's a joke about his insight score. Laugh. Regardless.
I refuse.
You didn't. Neither of you needed that. I'm sorry, seriously, both of you.
It is accepted. That is hesitation. I, not for one moment, blamed you, lad.
Hope just takes a sip of his flask.
You are the hope, are you not? The hope that we can all get through it together.
I'm trying desperately to hold on to that, but it gets harder every time we end up in these situations. To be honest with you, it's about all I can hold on to at this point.
Let despair be the province of old men.
I'm just gonna look at Ulfgar with a studied look. What is his tone? Is there anything that betrays him in his tone with that sentence? I can roll an insight check if you want.
Oh, for
Ulfgar,
anything
when he
that
says
betrays
that.
them, like, there is just weariness, but it's not true despair, but it's more like, let cynicism and all of that aspect be the worry of the old. You continue being hopeful.
Yes, but this is coming out of old Ulfgar's mouth, which is why I ask.
Right. Yeah, it is not so much like pure depression and like giving in, but it's just exhaustion and just like a desire for you to continue to be hopeful anyway.
Yeah. And hope will hand you a greater healing potion. Your body doesn't exactly resist the blows like ours do, I've noticed. And while you can heal yourself, that might do more good for us than good for you than us.
And as Ulfgar hears that, I lad, but I seem to be taking those hits half as often as you do.
Plate armor and that shield are definitely helping you. I have never been good with armor. Kinda grumbles a bit. His failure to understand how armor works. We should probably sleep, shouldn't we?
I see
Maybe I
dog it
imagine
and
you're
woke
going
it
to
up
go to
on its own
Warden.
already. Mm-hmm.
Hope just kind of gives Raybar a slight shove. Go. You'd probably sleep better there. Anyway.
And yeah, Ulfgar kind of gives a half rooting, half serious inquiry about the ceremony for tomorrow to Raybar as he departs.
Which I will not give an answer on that, because let's actually do that in character chat.
Right.
I don't actually know the answer.
Yeah, with that conclusion concluded, Ulfgar will also start taking his nap.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of a metagamey question, Scott, because I
Mhm.
want to know if the spells that I'm preparing are useless because they have a minimum height. Would the next chamber be tall enough to use weather effects like Call Lightning, like Ice Storm? Is there any indication from the past chambers that it would be tall enough?
Most likely not, especially if this is a prison to house someone.
Okay, so don't take Call Lightning, don't take Ice Storm.
Dad, your big dick spells.
I know. I can use like Call of Cold or something.
Oh fuck! You have Code of Cold? Holy shit!
That's one of the
One
additional
one
spells
more
that
little
Void
tiny
gets.
itty bitty detail that I should have probably mentioned. Um, Congratulations on your level up.
Yeah, nice. I-
Right now?
Yep. I mean, if you wish to do more stuff later, sure, but
Yay! Wasn't prepared for that.
yeah, just roll HP right now, and then during the week, you guys can, choose your spells and get familiar with your new abilities and stuff like that.
What was rolls on HP again? Just roll or roll
Yeah,
or average?
roll, and yeah, it's always rolling. Reroll
I
ones.
think if you roll a 2, Balgan, you get to reroll because you're a bard, but the rest of us
Since
only
you're a
reroll
barbarian,
once. Is that
yeah.
correct?
Yep.
Then I'm not rerolling anyways because I got a 3.
3, yeah.
Yeah.
Giveth and taketh away. Well, technically it's 6 for you, because, barbarian.
Okay, I'm taking another level in bard. What did I roll for my HP? Did it not roll? Am I blind? That's a 1. Reroll that shit. That's a 5. That's average. Sweet.
Baby Beyond freaks out every time I adjust my HP because it can't believe my HP is so low.
Back up. I should not have an additional level in Warlock. Hold on. An additional level in Bard. There we go.
I like it.
I get Jack of all trades. Oh, that's good as fuck, actually.
It also works on your spell magic.
I can add 1 new cantrip. No, I can add 1 new spell.
Oh, Scott. How does I have the now the regular divine intervention thing from Cleric 10?
Say it again, sorry.
How does I have the divine intervention from Cleric 10 now.
Yeah.
So how does that interact with the special dimension that I also have from Baronar Spirit?
Let's see, what is the exact wording you're questioning about?
Um, is it like I know the Baronar's one is twice the chance but twice the recharge. So does that now become triple, or is it
Um,
like it's just a base?
So at 10th
can
level,
take
you can
advantage
call on your
of.
DNT. So I'm not seeing where the special divine intervention is.
Oh, you gave me the special version for when Baronar died. Second version of divine intervention.
Yes, basically you have
Which
twice the
doubles his
chance,
chances.
but
Yes.
twice as long recharge.
Right. So, are those both combined into one thing now, or are they two separate things?
It's still double whatever the chance is, and then double the cooldown time.
Okay.
Oh,
So okay.
you
So,
got it early.
Gotcha. God is one level early.
Okay.
Do our stats reset? Question mark.
Yes, after a long rest.
Okay. Which we do get. Correct.
Yep.
I now have 5 spell slots. Dex goes back
Okay.
up to and 11. AC becomes 14.
It's a shame because I don't get my pack until next level. So I get the actual locations that I want.
Can't hear you.
Scott, just for your the sake of your kind of pre-planning,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Pact of the Blade with the bow and taking improved backed weapon.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm kind of doing it like flavor right now that I'm casting through the bow, but I'm taking out my thing and casting with an actual focus theoretically.
Fair enough.
Flavor wise, I'm just casting it through arrows, but
Fair enough.
which I'm going to continue doing because that is the actual purpose behind improved packed weapons that you can cast through your arrows.
Okay, so with the long rest completed, you guys feel like you are up to the task of the whatever comes next. Anything you would like to prepare before you open up the doors?
Still working on my spells, but
I will say there's not going to be combat like right away. We do not have time for a full-on boss battle.
oh come on, Scott!
So if we do go into battle, we will have initiative rolled, and then next week we'll have the battle. Maybe. Wait. Yeah.
Something tells me we're gonna try and talk our way through this.
Well,
Gee, I wonder
that
what
is the
makes you
hope,
think that,
but-
given we're fighting someone potentially that killed their god,
Yeah, we're not fighting this thing. We fight, we lose.
pretty much.
Well,
Wait, that was the entire purpose of the dungeon, though, is that we work together, we can actually not kill him, but bring him to his knees long enough to get what we need.
Yeah, also
Yeah,
or hopefully convince him in some way.
so we
Yes.
do have the ability to walk away if we do fight, but ideally we probably don't want to fight necessarily.
Mm-hmm. So,
Um,
who's opening the
I can
doors?
do some divination, like basic low-level divination magic, if anyone wants to do that. I can't do the big divination magic because we don't want.
Remember what happened last time we used
Right.
something divination-like?
That's a good point.
Yeah,
was
I
gonna-
don't
yeah, I
think
was-
that's a good idea.
I can do the basic augury, which is
Real woe.
yes. I was gonna
might
say
not
I
be a
can't do
bad
the
idea.
bigger ones because Loth might know, but that one is something that Lult wouldn't be pained about. But yes, the mirror is also a good point.
Which you still owe me for one,
I do, yes.
as does he. I'm going to take gold from the thing and never come back.
Alright, I changed my mind about which one we say.
I
Okay.
am going to go upstairs. We're going to go back out. I'm going to get gold from there, and I'm never coming back.
Okay, who's opening the door?
Balgan
I'm
probably
still-
is
I'm still
as soon
picking
as
my
everyone's ready, since he's also got the mantle spell resistance.
Okay, Balgan's
Double
opening.
doors.
So he would insist on opening the door, since he's likely to be able to withstand whatever is thrown at them.
Double-legged Balgan.
Okay.
No, we should do this together like we always have.
Okay, should we...
Balgan just stares at a hope. It's a door.
No shit, but this is important, okay?
As
Should we-
you open the door, you see a small cell with a back wall, and the small cell looks to have been lived in for a bit, a long time ago, decades ago. Dust almost an inch thick on the bed, and then on the other side, a doorway that is magically drawn into the wall and glowing, kind of like a magnificent mansion.
They said it was a prison.
I can't move. Can anyone else?
Oh, initiative still active.
Oh, let me...
What does that do again, Ulfgar?
exclamation
advantage
mode.
charisma checks.
Ooh, that's big. That's big.
Mhm.
Balgan's actually going to draw one of the small daggers from his wristband, the bracer of flying daggers, and start prodding at the cell door. He's not going to open it. He's just, okay, let's see if it's trapped. Like, he's just lightly tapping it first, then carefully sticking the dagger in the open spaces, seeing if anything provokes a reaction of magic. Or is the door already open here?
They open up under your touch.
This one?
Both of them, yeah.
Oh, in that case, he would carefully step around, and before actually going any further, he's going to check the books here, see what there actually is. But he's not going to go into the mansion blindly. He's going to see what he can find here first.
There seems to be nothing in here.
Oh, there isn't even the books? Damn.
No, actually not. It is all
Sorry.
empty. It has been cleared out. Yeah.
You turn to the rest. Ugh, looks like our only choice is to walk straight in. There's nothing here we can use.
I sent Raybar to hell. Can we have a new one put down, please?
As long as he gets here.
I don't know where he's gone, but he's so far I can't see the field.
Well, I mean, if his brother's an angel, he's probably going to go see his father.
Okay.
I think you were looking down whenever he went up.
He's like 22,000 feet in the air or some shit like that.
Oh, I need to refresh the page because I think I've...
He's 22,589.2 feet in the air.
Dang. Okay, let me get a new
So-
radar then.
Warden will kind of spark magic in her hands. Ulfgar, you would know this as dispel magic. She's just kind of like getting ready to cast it. She's not like actually like focusing, like using a spell slot for it.
As Balgan goes, he's going to have his hand on his sword the entire time, just ready to draw and strike if need be.
Hope Scepter is
How
going.
how do these things work if the door is closed? Are they trapped in the demi-plane or are they kicked out?
They just get popped
Warden
out
will
if you
ask.
dispel it.
Warden will ask out loud.
Okay.
Yeah, typically, if it's a mansion, it gets pumped, like, shunted out.
Do we wanna? I'm not gonna say knock, but
Oh, thanks for a minute. I suppose lead with the plight foot forward.
I don't want to go in there.
I don't either, but I am out of options.
Balgan nods as he just takes his sword, lifts it, points it tip forward at the, or rather broken tip forward at the portal, then taps the portal with it, just to see if it triggers anything.
Okay.
Like, he's first basically doing the equivalent of knocking by just seeing if the thing is actually rigged to actually hurt in any way, shape, or form. 'Cause
Nothing
it
is
says it
trapped
exists.
as it opens under your even thought, almost. And what you see is a giant labyrinth of books and a library stretching out before you.
He just looks back at them. Well, you guys are gonna live here, aren't you? And he mutters as he just walks in.
Hope will follow shortly behind.
Why are we going in? And Warden will follow behind.
I don't think we really have a choice here.
Balgan
We
glances
could
back
try
at
to
Warden.
draw him out.
And risk
Yep.
him getting out.
If we pop him out using your magic, it's very likely he's going to attack.
He's very likely to attack regardless.
True. He's gonna go over to one of the shelves and immediately check it to see if there's anything of note.
These are all deeply magical tomes, and research and very, very high level, obscure pieces of knowledge. Many of them are religious, like half of the library is religious in nature. All about the gods, all about the everything. You don't know where he got it, but this is a library that would rival the university that you guys went to.
I mean, Balgan doesn't know that. He's never been to anything like that.
Right.
So he would just whistle and go, quite a collection. Don't understand a single damn word of it. But I'm sure it's important for you guys.
And then you guys hear a voice, unenhanced, but from another room. Ah, sorry for the mess. Just come in through this main entrance. Ignore the passage to your left.
I'm back. I had connectivity issues.
Come back.
An actual passage, or is this like a book passage?
No, just the walkway.
Okay,
In which
okay.
case, Balgan just idly wanders along, but he makes sure to actually.
I just never know with the bookie types because, sometimes they could be trying to be witty, and I mean, if you were trying to be witty, I mean, well done. But you said it was a physical pass. I'll shut up.
Yes, no worry. I live here. It'd be annoying to do magical things like that.
So what does Balgan see with an advantage on perception checks here?
So, let's see what your perception is.
I'll need to zoom back, or I need to quickly
Yeah.
put a temporary feat in, or choose feat, and I'll just pick it later.
So looking over to the room to your left as you pass it, it seems to be more of a experimental room. Like, there's different rooms, there's like a dummy and wall, but the main central raised kind of stage-like center is held by a cage with some creature inside.
I'm gonna do a perception check with advantage.
Okay.
Since, Sentinel Shield.
Ooh, do I keep getting cut off?
No,
No.
yeah, Scott, you're fine. Ulfgar keeps getting cut off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was just stealing a glance.
this place is a
I
lot
didn't
more...
prepare for
this is a lot more experimental, what the books have been saying. Most of those carvings are religious, and the cage in the center is taken up by an owl.
Is it a familiar owl?
Very familiar with your natural 20.
Balgan looks back at Orchid, grins, doesn't say anything except for just thumbing over as he just keeps walking.
Oh, please do not go into the... Yeah, there is a creature in there that is made of what I can only assume is pure evil. So,
We entirely agree. I just wanted to let them know that their old friend is getting what for.
Yes.
He just...
I
Balgan just cackles
do
at
not
that.
mean you any harm, but that thing may.
Balgan just shakes his head. Not May. Does. And he just comes back at Warden.
I am very much missing something. What is this owl, and why is it so important?
It's the owl that Warden tried to throw in the frickin' furnace. That's why Balgan's grinning, because he recognized it for what it was.
Yeah. Yes, sorry for the mess. I didn't have time to clean up as I was finishing my work. But please come in.
What this way? My own study is not exactly a lack of mess either.
Yeah, and as you walk in this main, almost throne-like room where dinners must have been held or things like that, it is ruined. Like, there are burn marks. There's a place where part of the floor must have been melted, solid stone being melted, and it's not quite a battleground necessarily because there's no blood or any gore, but it's just this room has been through stuff.
Sorry.
And you see, just sitting at one of the tables, back left, you see a brightly shining mirror like the golem that you faced earlier, Dragonborn. You see, as he stands, he does not have any weapons on him. He is simply dressed in comfortable robes, sort of like a mage's, but more padded.
On seeing he's not armed, Balgan's just going to leave the sword at his waist with his hand just resting on the pommel. He's not exactly going to draw it on the guy.
Yes. So, welcome, and might I say congratulations on the dungeon. It can be difficult. Did you lose anyone?
I mean, other than just having to leave someone behind because he slept in.
Yes. Well, that very last trick is... I told them it was going too far, but they wanted a group with true commitment to each other to be only able to reach me, but congratulations. I feel like I should award you something, but no matter. Let us sit down and feast for a bit while we talk over why you are here.
Balgan just thumbs over to Warden. You're the one good with words.
Do you know?
And as he sits at the table, you see him pull out a golden chalice. And as he puts it on the table, it melts and slowly starts turning into dishes, where a grand feast that fills the hall begins to appear, one piece after another. The smell is intoxicating, and he has presented a hero's feast for you.
Warden will kind of not sit down opposite of him. She'll actually, assuming that there are chairs to sit in, she'll actually move a little bit closer because it's easier to converse that way.
Right. There are a couple scattered around, many that are operational.
I will ask, what does 18 get me on an Arcana check for any sort of trickery with the Hero's Feast?
You see that Hero's Feast is a high enough spell that it would be very difficult to, trick or make a false impression of. That golden chalice is extremely expensive, and if he were to trick you, he's going a really hard way of doing it.
Balgan would
Okay.
mutter to them, "It's probably clean," but he
You
doesn't actually quite eat yet. He just simply eyes the food warily, all the same.
No,
Oakar
that
takes
is
a
smart.
seat.
Here, let me. And he begins dining on a couple things, just sampling.
As he does, Oakar speaks up. It is customary before such a feast to say a prayer. Do you have one to say?
I apologize, but I do not feel comfortable with that particular tradition. I do have a tradition of my own, though. And he gestures, and you realize that there are no drinks being given in this entire thing, as he pulls out several mugs and pours his own something from his own bottle. It looks to be a deep, rich wine sort of thing, and he passes around to all of you. In my tradition, if you drink and eat at someone's table, you should not fight. You will be safe from any of my attacks. And I hope to be safe from yours, but that is my tradition, if you wish to take part.
I am going to insight.
Go ahead.
I actually will as well.
Go ahead.
Balgan apparently believes him. Shit.
With, an 18 insight, you see he's being honest. And as you are scrutinizing him, your 18s, he notices and he says, "Now, to be clear, if you drink with me as a fellow adventurer, I will not attack you. But if I were to have minions or a creation or something, like, I cannot extend my tradition to any of them. I do not wish to trick you. This is just a symbol of goodwill and talking, because the world has enough violence as it is."
Oakar,
Sorry, I'm good.
Oakar kind of like softens a little bit at his first words and then kind of hardens again. To share bread and salt and hospitality, that is a tradition among the deity as well. Though to stick to the letter but not the spirit, I cannot approve of that.
Balgan just sighs, shakes his head, and reaches to fill a goblet. Business as usual, I guess.
A follower of... Who are you? Ah, no, not just a follower. Yes, I can see some of her power in you. I am sorry for your circumstances.
And for my part, I don't mean any offense. You used to be a holy man. You likely know what you see in me.
Technically, I still am, as... Just like your friend, I have a sliver of divinity in myself as well, but granted, from a less honest method.
Think for a moment.
Still, you should know. Whenever you look at me, you see Fey influence, do you not?
He looks over
It's in
at
my
you
nature.
and stares deeply. Would you mind it if I cast a sort of identify spell upon you?
I eat first.
Of course, yes. Food before business. Though, your friend there, pointing at Hope, does your curse stop you from enjoying such things?
Hope gives a somewhat surprised look.
Ah, sorry. I can see that your cleric is blessed by divinity in a very fundamental way, because I myself have been endowed with that power. Same with you. I have been cursed very strongly, so I can sense when another person has strong curses put upon them. And you, gesturing to Orchid, are tinging my sixth sense as well.
That's complex.
At my moment, Balvin is actually the normal one in the party.
Hope will
Isn't he
actually
still
answer
also
on his-
cursed?
No, not for my half anyway. Two halves to that. She has the worst of it, though he doesn't give a specific name.
I'm sorry that you have to go through such a torment.
I'm more worried about her than myself, truth be told.
Well, I can give you good news as we eat, and he does start to snack more as he gets a little bit more relaxed, seeing that you guys aren't immediately going to try to murder him.
Yeah, Warden started digging in as soon
Yes.
as she said, "May I eat?" And he said, "Of course."
Yes.
So-
Since you passed the dungeon, I will. There's not a real treasure room, which I feel is a bit of a problem with those who made it. So I feel obliged to give you from my own abilities and treasure. So, my treasury is open to you in certain circumstances, and boons as well to each of you individually.
Balgin's actually going to, at this point, pull up a second cup as he swirls the first wine cup that he filled. You say boons. What would it take for one of those boons to be a decent quantity of your blood?
That would be one of your boons for a pint.
A pint of what?
Yes.
I forget, how many did we need?
I believe it was 2 pints would be enough for a good amount.
And what exactly do these boons entail? I can't exactly, take you at your word that there won't be a catch to these.
Well, the catch is you need to defeat a very hard and unreasonably brutal dungeon. Congratulations.
Oh, actually, kind of. Hope lets out the wryest laugh at that. At least you have a sense of humor.
Like I said, I am a adventurer at heart, and a dungeon without a reward is not a good, worthy battle for such sacrifices and risks.
I'll give up my boon.
Me as well.
Well, feel free to ask certain things and look at the treasury. We have an hour of feasting to discuss it, and any information you wish.
The first one is the one outside definitely didn't want us to know. So I'm sure you'll delight in explaining to us. And he'll just gesture, or Bowden will just gesture at the man's prismatic scales, or not prismatic, silver scales. Why did you take the path you did? There must have been a reason.
If you truly wish to know my story, it will have to wait till after we eat, as it is not a good conversation for this.
I can wait. I hope you do understand the curiosity.
Yes.
I don't suppose that you have a mirror of the past sitting somewhere in your treasury. Whenever you relayed your message to us, you kind of broke mine.
Yes, I apologize. My temper got the best of me. I never did like people prying in on my particular business.
We had no other way of really getting to know you for you.
And the entire world state surrounding you and yours.
Yes, I have even put up certain protections or retaliations against the gods themselves.
Though it does feel one-sided, Valgan would say. Do you have any questions for us regarding the state of the world? Given it's
No,
been
I still have some group that is fervently devoted to me that gives me everything I need. Though I do have one request if you happen to be able to fulfill it. Call it just a job. As if it was just on the job board. But that again will wait till after you receive your rewards or talk amongst yourselves.
Valgan's going to nod. And he's just going to close his eyes for a second as he just holds the wine glass and thinks about it.
Oh, why don't you show him that paper that I got you for the solstice?
Hope will give a nod. Take out the Jade Scorpion. It was Jade Scorpion, right?
Yes.
It was just a clockwork scorpion.
Yeah.
Little
Oh, it was a
mishmash thing.
clockwork Scorpion. It was the tail, wasn't it, that twisted off?
Yes.
I don't remember what it was.
Tail
He'll
part
twist
did.
off the tail and it'll let out a little cork sound. He'll pull out the paper. You kind of already know what this is about, I'm assuming.
Perhaps, but to explain.
The curse you see upon me and the other half of it. A curse of the unloving and the unloved. Bestowed upon me and someone close to me by soon.
Yes, that would be a
Lost against her favor, against her avatar.
That would be a curse strong enough to be picked up upon, yes.
You know a few things that can get rid of it. One is two simultaneous wish spells. One is killing Soon herself. And one is you.
Yes. Now ask yourself, the way I can get rid of this curse is by taking it upon myself. That is something I can do as a boon for you. But do you want me to be unable to love anyone? As this is something that would make my job easier.
Valgan raises his brow with that. Job?
You find your duty arduous?
Yes, the most arduous it can be. You will know and understand in time and when I explain it further, but think about that as we talk.
May I roll an insight real quick?
You may certainly do so.
I will also tap that in this case.
Aw. Well, let's roll a
I'll
d4.
also do so.
Ah.
Yeah, you do have the D4, although that's not going to help a 5.
Well, I rolled a d4 for the natural one.
Ah,
And
See, I'm also going to do the insight with the...
luckily enough, both of you realize this together. 21. Nice. There are people you've seen that have serious drug addiction. That have a serious alcohol addiction. And upon seeing another bottle, looking back upon all the things that they have lost, all the things that they've sold, the broken soul of a person doing something that they totally, completely do not wish to do, but something is driving them on, you get a brief flash of that as this Dragonborn offers you this relief from your curse. Whatever's driving,
Warden will
whatever's driving this individual is strong enough to make him broken inside.
Warden will speak up and she will say, "You want your followers to leave you. You want to lose your divinity. You want to not be loved. You want to die."
Why?
Unfortunately, I cannot die. For that is part of my curse. Again,
Sounds familiar.
not food for the thought while we eat food. So, if you wish, you may look upon my treasury or ask me for more uplifting boons before we get into the real nitty-gritty.
Balgan will consider for a bit. These boons, their exact nature, will we know them ahead of time? And what will the condition be for them to be?
Ask, and if it is within my power and I believe worthy of such a request, I will give it freely. Like a curse being transferred to me, along with its pair.
Can you truly access outside this dungeon the other one, as the paired partner of the curse is not present?
I would probably have you find her and give her something, a potion that could do it.
Hope is gonna give me a moment.
Warden will kind of look over, kind of at the table, not specifically at Hope, and say, "That may actually be sooner than we expect." I did share with her this information as well.
I know. Hope will step away from the Hope is gonna step away from the table for a bit. Just lean against an opposite wall, and frankly, he's thinking.
Before I do take you up on your offer, Balgan's going to speak up after noting the awkward silence. If I may ask, you're saying what we specifically asked for we might get, but not a hair more, correct?
Most likely. If you ask for a pint of my blood, you will get a pint of my blood.
And this applies to these boons too, correct?
Most likely, yes. I am no genie that will turn your wish upon you, asking for, I don't know,
I was not asking due to that. More so due to how specific I might need to be here.
well,
And just eyes his sword.
what do you wish?
Hard to say at this point. One part of me wants to actually, well, he just has to think, you're attuned to curses, you can figure out what this thing does.
Oh, by the way,
Another part of me wishes for power that's actually my own and less of a chance of losing myself.
yes. Well, let me just say also, if you wish all of my blood, as I can give that to you, you will have to challenge one of my creations. Just so I might know its capabilities for defense or attack if I need it. That is an offer on the table as well. Though I very highly doubt that you will be able to slay it.
Balgan shakes his head. We came here for the blood. We came here for answers. We did not come here to simply inflict harm on for sake of, which at that point we would be doing.
Very well.
God, really hitting me with that strong ass moral dilemma, you motherfucker.
Would it be a boon to request of you detailed knowledge of the God Plague?
That might not be a boon, but just conversation as we go, as I assume from my knowledge of potions and one of my old friends that is keeping watch that my blood is the cure for individuals inflicted by the god's fever.
One aspect of that, as I'm sure you know, is if there is only one god remaining, they can get all of that power.
Speaking of, I will have to talk with that one, points to Raybar, alone for a while, but put that out of your mind for a little bit.
Balgan immediately shoots Raybar. What did you do now? Look.
Well, let's just say I know a certain type of runes that I'll need. The job that I mentioned to you all before, I will need his assistance. Anyway.
Your sliver of divinity, what happens if all the other gods are killed?
Do you wish to eat more? Do you wish to relax for this hour, or do you wish to go straight into business?
I would personally like you to go ahead and do that identification that you were talking about. Is that technically business, or is that still...
Yes. I apologize. And he begins casting some complex identify spell that is more in depth than anything that you've seen before. I am so sorry. It seems that you are also cursed, but not with a type that can be... not a obvious one. How does it feel to go through life without a name, Miss Dryad?
Motherfucker.
Can I insight check that one?
Yes.
Oh, we'll look up from the book he's writing in and actually do the same with
God.
guys.
And while everyone else is stunned, Balgan just raises his brow because he doesn't understand how important this is.
Time to officially change my name on my sheet.
And I am wishing that that enhanceability was there.
Yes. What you see is a bit of curiosity, but mostly pity. As if someone were asking an amputee about their ghost pains. He is honestly curious. Oh, you did not know. I am sorry for asking such an impertinent question.
I was given one. I own it now. It's mine.
Miss Dryad, you don't... You do not have a name. It apparently seems that I've never honestly seen such a thing. Seen someone create something, like a mother, and never even name it. Not accidentally, not forgetting, not dying before the thing could be created, but willfully rejecting the ability to cast an identity upon you. Whoever birthed you, created you, must be really of the utmost cruelty.
So are we going with the canon plan now? Canon into the Feywild?
We were always going to do the cannon plan.
Oh, I know, but now it will extreme bigger. Now we're adding flamethrowers.
Oh, that's
What of the name I was given? Who does it belong to?
which name would you refer to?
Orchid.
Ah. 1 second. As he casts that same spell again, but slightly different. I apologize, but she has gone on.
That means it's mine. To the victor go the spoils, right? She's tearing up.
Fortunately not. For it is bound to a soul, and as the soul remains in their afterlife, it is still theirs.
We might want to also message Raybar this since he might want to use Spoon to change that.
I'm sure Scott's on that shit.
Hope will drop his Book of Shadows and make his way over to the Dryad. And he doesn't quite know what to do.
Hug.
You know, I thought whenever I took part at your table, she's kind of like looking down, tears kind of like dropping on the floor. She stood up, kind of fists clenched. I'm assuming that Raybar is kind of moving over there to comfort her, but she's
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of put a hand out. Yeah, I thought whenever I ate at your table, it meant that you couldn't hurt me. Should have known better. Give me a moment.
As the orchid goes to the Ulfgar lab. We told you then that this does not change anything between us. That still holds true for me.
And me.
I worked so hard for it. She lied to me at the end. She'll walk away.
Hope starts to reach out a hand, but stops himself. There's nothing I can actually do to help this situation. Damn it. With just the bridge of his nose.
As Hope is perplexed at that, Ulfgar kind of softly adds to Hope. It is not my place to decide this for you, but I would feel a lot more comfortable if you didn't accept the boon that was offered.
Is this to me?
To
So
Hope.
Hope will look at the Platinum Dragonborn. And you alleviate one half. Even if it were to leave me damned.
Explain yourself.
I am unable to be loved. She cannot love anyone, even her own sister.
Hope
She has gone
that
through
is
hell
the-
and high water to try and get her feeling back for anything or anyone. If I have to live the rest of my life like this, that's fine. But this has destroyed her.
Make a persuasion check as he asks, What did he do? What did she do to deserve such a curse?
With advantage.
Mhm.
Yeah. She saved my life.
E6.
This
Yes.
world is so full of cruelty that it does not deserve another.
She was an avatar for Sun. And in her mind state taken from her, offered me the power. I refused. Driving, and he'll pull out Renelli's revenge. This through her to defend myself. And I'll let it go and just.
That is a curse I cannot remove from you, as you have accepted it in some small part into yourself. But as I am responsible, I will cure your other half freely.
You take it upon yourself. Or will
Yes,
you be able to remove it from her?
I will take it upon myself and remove it from her freely.
That is the more dangerous half, Hope.
Hope looks at. And there's a very long look at the rest of you.
Hope, I will do whatever is in my power to do this, but
We'll look at the dragon. Would I take it instead?
No. That I cannot allow. For you do not deserve my wrong and mistakes either.
Hope shakes his head. You must understand. This is not about your mistakes, but about someone I love, who has gone through much more than she ever deserved to in her life. And I have my own problems. Even if it meant my destruction, I would gladly take on her half.
Yes, but I already agreed to take her half. And if you wish your boon to be your half, that can be arranged. But I will not give hers to yours, as that would not be just or right. It would be cruel. Think of her. Describe her as you last saw her in your mind, and I will be able to send the cure to her. Do you?
I would like to roll an insight check on Hope, whether he's considering it genuinely.
Okay. Hope, will you think of it? Will you allow him to send the cure to her?
Hope is. Ulfgar, even you've known Hope for a very long time. The only time you've seen this look on his face was when he touched the soul of the Wraith.
As he
It's that
sees,
same confliction.
as Ulfgar kind of sees that look, he's gonna simply grab Hope for a moment and take him to a corner to think and talk it over without other additional voices.
Which corner do you bring him to?
It's a good question. Just one that is unoccupied, I suppose.
Okay. Because there's this far one that you would pass by the treasury at.
Right. Yeah, just back towards the entrance, I suppose.
Okay.
The kobold will let you take him because he's trying to sort through his head too.
Yeah.
Yep. And Balgan would actually speak up to once again break the silence as the idly sips of the wine without thinking. Like the entire time this has gone down, he's just awkward. He doesn't know them well enough to really say anything. He's like, need to do something, and then he just sips without thinking. Looks down, fuck.
Gerald, fuck.
Pretty much. Because he was like, I need to do something to keep this from being awkward, and then he just screws up.
Don't worry, it is not magically blinding, just a matter of honor.
Well, you do know I will abide by that too. I have no
Yes.
intention of actually fighting. If we
Okay.
can help it.
You seem to be more of the less cursed, less traumatized member, or less affected. You may search the treasury as you wish.
I was going to ask about boons, but I suppose I should get back to you on that first.
Yes, I
Since
will.
My own boon would be rather vague.
Very well. I will say there are treasure chests in the treasury that contain pieces of my past that I have locked away for my own sanity. You can open them, but warning, you will get brief flashes of my history that I have
I
separated.
don't care to cause you any distress. Would it actually be safe for me to do so if they were locked away for your sanity?
For my sanity, as I am the traitor. Memories of good times with friends can be rather distressing.
Balgan would nod at that solemnly. Perhaps I can leave one thing for you to mull over as a possible consideration. The one thing you've probably pegged me for since the moment I've walked in here. And with that, he's going to get up and walk off, still holding the glass. I want power at any cost. And with that, he's going to go check out the treasury.
Okay.
But he's not going to actually touch anything.
Very well. There are piles. This is a dragon's hoard. There are... You could Daffy Duck swim in this. Sorry, not Daffy Duck. The Scrooge, whatever.
Scrooge.
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
He's
And-
going to actually... sorry, go.
Yeah. So these are the chests that he mentioned before. If you open them, you will receive a brief flash of his memory and then be able to see what's inside. But
He's not really comfortable opening those, mainly because he doesn't want to actually accidentally upset the guy.
he
What-
seems to be okay with it. He won't receive any memories.
Oh, so it wasn't like he was
Yeah,
uncomfortable when he was saying
I think you get the memories. Not
Yeah,
he does,
it's
right?
it's more of a be careful. You might get disoriented sort of thing.
it. Oh, okay. In that which case, Balgan would eventually, after sweeping his sword over the entire pile, it's like he's just walking through, just holding his sword out to see if it reacts to anything.
A
just in
diamond the
case.
size of your fist. There's rubies and crowns, and you see about a dozen of those same chalices that are used to make the Hero's Feast. This is a serious hoard.
But does the sword react in any odd way in his hand? Like he's trying
Um,
to see if something would make it react oddly, and then ask, "What the hell is this?"
nothing seems to. This sword doesn't seem to care about anything in here.
Yep. I kind of figured that would be how he would operate, is seeing, okay, what is this magical thing reacting to?
Right.
As that would be higher priority. In which case, he would eventually go to the last chest and then start checking them one by one to see if any of them have more dust than the others.
The last chest has the most dust.
He is going to grimace, mutter a small curse under his breath, and go, well, I'm gonna be killed for this, but... And open it.
As you open it, there's a brief flash of a memory. It's a cold evening as the sun begins to set over a quiet city, despite the millions of people in the open square below. The traitor Haliax is crying, along with everyone else. As
Wait a minute, that's a name.
Yes,
I'm
Halifax.
sorry. Halifax? or
Halifax the traitor. Now that you see his memory, you know his name. Halifax is crying.
Valgan isn't a part of the telepathic bond, too.
Yes, along with everyone else in the square. As Obadon Briog marches to his own appointed execution. Haliax holds his oldest friend's staff in his hands as the last elf king is executed for the crimes he committed to save the world. And you look down and you see a staff in the chest. Seems to be his. And it just glows with magic power. And is probably the most powerful thing you have ever seen in your entire life. You are not knowledgeable about magic items, but you know it when you see it.
Yep. He is going to make a quiet memo of that and go through each of them one by one. If that didn't trigger anything immediately, he's not going to touch the magic items. He assumes everything's cursed.
Fair enough. As you go down the row,
I mean, he's been through this shit before.
yeah, the other ones aren't. This one was in a league of its own. The other ones are more mundane. There's one that has a straw hat in it, and you get a flash of a
Is
quaint.
that what I think it is?
Yeah, you get a flash of a quaint village in the middle of autumn-colored woods. A fair is in full swing, and you see a young Gallivant pushing a young, embarrassed Halifax onto a stage, where numerous still steaming from the oven pies are. Where pies are. A flash, and a triumphant but bulged Halifax is given the hats by Gallivant. And you see the hat in the memory pop out a pie upon his command. The next chest over is a brilliant white mustache. In a dungeon, Criella, a female tiefling, one of his party members, in brilliant gold and silver armor, opens up a chest. She reaches in to pull out a mustache. Putting it on with a grin, it melds with her, and she slowly grows a peach fuzz white beard. All the party laughs uproariously, and soon she gives it around to see how everyone looks in a beard. The Platinum Dragonborn gets such a round of belly-aching laughter that he is the new owner and wears it proudly, laughing every morning as he looks in the mirror. Then the next chest. There's beads that look like glass. A young Halifax, throwing the bead at a high elf who is too busy reading that you remember from the first chest. Who is too busy reading a thick tome to notice under a weeping willow. As his octopus familiar is soon trapped in a ball of force, and they are playing keep away from the perturbed elf, bouncing the creature like a beach ball. A flash, and it is soon filled with water, and the elf has his familiar in his own little bowl of water to keep around with him all day.
On an out-of-character note, I'm pretty glad that it's only Balgan opening these, because I'm pretty sure some of them would have had traumatic flashbacks after the beads of force earlier.
Yeah. The next one, they're a pair of gauntlets that are blackened and obviously cursed. As you see lightning flashes as Edwin, the legendary paladin, pulls fire from the gods against a blood-stained black dragon, burning it to a crisp.
Hold up, dragon?
Yes, this is a memory of when the adventurers went and eliminated beasts during the War of Heroes and Nightmares.
Okay, so this is way.
Yes. So.
A long ass fucking time ago.
Mm-hmm.
So when they weren't actually extinct.
You're right. Burning it to a crisp. Then Edwin falling to the ground, his soul gone. Haliax rushes over, slamming all of his healing he has, all of his spells, all his items. slamming his fist against the dead human's chest, unable to save him, until a boon from his god, Bahamut, is called upon, and despite the odds, is answered. Edwin smiles as he returns to Haliax's cries. Halifax.
Balgan blinks at that. What sort of fucking lizard was that? As he goes to the next one.
Yes,
'cause
2 more.
Like the rest of them, he wasn't educated. He's never seen shit like that before, even in books.
In the last one, there's a simple band. It is more elaborate than the ones you've seen the Hunter's Clan wearing, but almost looks fragile. And the flash is Haliax peeking around a corner to see 2 guards. He charges forward only to have his butt handed to him by royal guards. A flash of a cell, then his party rescuing him. Inoa, the Drow Ranger, throws him the band of intelligence, and with a grin ear to ear says, "You need it more than me, my friend."
Anua?
Yes. Inoa,
Yeah, the one that the continent was named after, and then our instructor.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, does he look or sound the same or anything?
No, this is the namesake for the
Yeah,
instructor
okay,
and
I just
yeah.
wanted to make sure since
Ranger who pretty much defeated Loth's reign over the Drow. The last one that you haven't checked. Map that is mostly blank, but with a couple spots in it. And the flash is a wire contraption is tied around Halifax's chest. He looks up and back to see Creed Mall with a giant fishing pole slowly hoisting him down into a chasm underground. Sweat beads off of the Goliath's face as he lowers Halifax down into a thieves' hideout. As he grabs a stack of important documents from a desk and gets yoinked back up as a dozen arrows almost skewer the Dragonborn. And those are the items that you see.
Balgan's going to consider for a bit, then eventually return to speak with Halifax, only after he properly seals the chests once again, so he doesn't have to see the items when he comes back in.
Right.
He's not going to touch a single one of the items. He's not suicidal. And he's going to go about those.
Yes.
And you'd have considered what I said previously, I take it.
You wish power of sort.
Enough to do.
Actually, can we jump back a little bit before you do that scene, Balgan?
Mm-hmm. While he's looking.
Yeah, I assume I kind of pick up the start of their conversation, at least the
Yeah.
Balgan and Haliax's start of
Yeah.
their first conversation, and look at Hope, and Olgar will say, "I'm beginning to suspect it is best if we take nothing from here. No boons, no treasure. That was part of the labyrinth itself."
You can certainly do that. I'm
I'm speaking to
offering.
Hope.
Oh, yeah.
I'm speaking. Yeah.
In the corner.
Oh god.
You heard him. The memories are painful of his friends. You knew. But his goal is to destroy everything. Perhaps what's keeping in check is his care for others.
Few tears do actually stream down Hope's face. I can't just leave her like that. At this point, I don't care what happens to me.
I know.
She
but
can't keep living like this, Ulfgar.
I don't know if she will keep living if that bargain is made.
And if we're wrong, we lose the only opportunity we have to get rid of this. The likelihood of us ever finding two people who can ever cast Wish is small, and unless we kill soon, Which I don't know if we can do either.
Isn't Soon already dead?
No. It is, let's see.
Soon, Lolth, and the god of
Ilmater and
Death.
Cannonball.
God of the Dead
got,
and the God of Endurance.
Yeah, so we got 4, right?
yes.
Um,
I don't know if we can kill her.
but the path we're on, if we live long enough, it does seem that we might have more than one who can cast Wish.
We just got our hopes up for no reason. Ulfgar. She might even be coming here to try and sort this out. I understand your trepidation. And frankly, I don't fault you. The idea of thrusting something like this onto someone else in of itself is...
It is not concern for him, but for the entire fate of the world.
There is more here.
More what?
There is more story here.
Aye. So, at the very least, do not agree to this boon before you learn more. But it is my strong feel that we take simply what we're sent for, the vials of blood, and walk away with nothing else.
Excuse me, as he calls from the other end of the room. I do apologize for interrupting, but I believe dinner has been ruined already, and it is time to tell you of things that should be left unsaid.
Ulfgar, going to be honest, I cannot promise that. Can't.
I'm not
Very well,
asking for a promise, lad. I know you will do the right thing, but I just wanted to make sure you were thinking of everything. You are being blinded by the pain that you feel, the empathy that you feel from Mallory, but there is so much more going on here. Keep that in mind, and I know you will make the best decision.
I'm not as smart as you give me credit for, Ulfgar. I hope well.
No, but your heart is always in the right place.
Doesn't respond. He does walk back over. You're welcome to discuss. And he will look to the Dragonborn.
Yes, well,
I honestly got a lot of questions. Apologies.
As a callback, Ulfgar will also kind of try and I would like to take a look at your treasury real quick as well.
very well. You may.
And, Ulfgar's just gonna do a speed run of just finding the
Yes.
memories, because he's not interested in anything else but the memories, and just
If
get that same information.
If you do touch the items, you'll know what they do, though.
Oh, so would Balgan have when he was tapping at them found out?
I don't think you touch the items.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Ulfgar, I guess we'll touch one of the earlier items, but he is much more curious about getting that knowledge.
Okay. So you do get the knowledge. You touch, maybe the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a straw hat of pies. As a action, you can make a pie appear of your choice.
It's a cherry.
You can do cherry.
God damn.
Ulfgar just kind of does that just to get the sense for what would happen, but he knows he's not going to be taking anything from here, so he chooses to avoid that temptation by not finding out what
Okay.
awesome things they do.
It's just as if you cast the identify spell, just to know what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. No, it's more like if I don't know what I'm giving up on, then I can't feel guilty about it, right?
Near the end of them perusing the items, Warden is going to come in and wordlessly take 2,000 gold out of the treasury and walk out.
Okay. He will say, if you wish your boon to be actual gold, what would be a good price for this dungeon? 60,000?
I just want to be repaid for my mirror.
Ah, very well. That is fine.
Okay, I will repay you myself.
Yeah, you can mark down 2,000 as he is not. It's crumbs to this guy.
I got what I wanted out of you, other than the blood, which was the reason we came down here for.
Yes. Well, my story may alter your perception greatly. It begins with the small fact that if a healer goes down, the rest of his party is soon to follow. Are you aware of the contingency spell? I had a version of that, a more powerful, something it could trigger when I was not around. A resurrection spell that happened if I died. Now, I did die. And I came back. But something happened that should never happen. Something happened that no god would allow to happen for good reasons. I remembered what came after. I remembered everything. If I wished to curse you with the most terrifying curse I know, I would share you with those memories, but let me just say that it was paradise. It was heaven. Nothing could have been better. And when I came back, the grass cut into me. The wind was too cold. Everything in this hideous existence is a pale, horrified torture compared to what comes after. Can you agree on that idea? Think of heaven. Now I tell you, you fall woefully short. Your imaginations cannot comprehend the extent of beauty and peace that comes after. The gods have dominated this and put us in our own fences, but I wish to change that. And so, I wish to stop all the cruelty, the cancers, the deaths, well, the deaths of souls and spirits. Do you remember your first bee sting? How hurt? And how you're scared of them ever since, even though they cannot do you any serious damage, most people. The paper cuts, the sound of a mother crying over a murdered child, anything in between and far beyond. I wished to end that. And I tried. You see, this was not how it's supposed to go. No god was supposed to manage to overcome their nature, who they were. It wasn't supposed to be possible. They were supposed to kill everyone in a flash, with no pain, and no real cruelty. You see, I was the one who caused the god plague, and I am sorry I failed, and made this war. There is still hope. I still can fulfill my purposes if something happens, but for that I need help. I need you to kill Kalemfor first. He is the reason why it didn't work. And if you do, everyone will pass on and find that paradise.
What happens to the people who are stuck here?
That is the
Families.
beauty of it. No one will.
Your aims were noble in a way, to end suffering, but if you did, then that paradise would have no meaning either.
I agree.
Eternity is too much of an open window for you to be stuck in one place. I'm sure with people, adventurers, the spirit of us will make things better than even paradise has in store.
Balgan's gonna think for a bit, then go, hold on. I think we're missing something here. Correct me if I'm wrong. You implied just now that the entire purpose of the gods first coming into being was to clean the slate, correct?
Their war was supposed to be upon ideals. After all, how in the world could the god of love soon be with Loth? That was the intent, to have them battle it out, to, in a very quick flash, transcend this world.
And you feel nothing for taking the choice away from them.
I do. You cannot understand the depths of pain that I understand. I am cursed to never achieve that death, to never go back to paradise. After this world crumbles to dust and falls into a sun, I will be there. That is my curse.
Engrave yourself into your own curse, and involves accepting it. We both know this.
Balgan closes his eyes for a bit. What expressions did he have in the memories? Like, when exactly did he turn bitter or anything like that in terms of expression?
In all of those memories, he was deeply emotional and a regular person.
So all of those were from before the thing. Okay.
It seems so.
Ulfgar's. Let me know if Ulfgar's read is accurate. Ulfgar's read would be that this is a person who cared very deeply and passionately, and that depth of care is essentially what's kind of driven him to this point.
In a sense, yes.
Balgan's going to speak up. This is mixing a bit business with this a little bit. But what that memory that's driving you forward, can you not seal it with the others?
It is part of who I am in such a deep sense. It is the curse as well. For that curse of eternal life would be a boon if it weren't for that memory. As I have said, this... And he gestures to the table. There are no splinters in this table, but it feels like I have been gouged out when I put my hand upon it, compared to what I remember.
And then theoretically, if, and he just stops, glances at Hope, if, he just says it a bit more firmly next time, we were to, I suppose at this point, with the information we've been given, it would be aiding you in removing this, not curse in your case, but
Memory of it.
less,
Memory of them.
I'm going to shake his head. Less that more soon may have provided a loophole. If this is driven by your love for people, and we removed that with the curse, would you continue anyways? Would you continue to strive to cause more and more plagues?
I have been
Would you be able to
cursed
make that
for 100 years. I have thought of this. I have tried, but his curse is too small. This is a curse that was agreed upon by every single god.
Malgin's going to raise a brow at that. And how has that changed in recent days? Surely it must have if a few of them have, metaphorically speaking, kicked the bucket.
He's asking you to suffer alone in your own hell and leave us out of it.
But that's the problem. This is a hell. How many of you have had people you care about hurt so deeply? Your partner, gesturing to Hope. What did she do to deserve that? If a villain such as I can, through his actions, topple the dominoes of the world to result in an innocent being cursed in such a way, what justice is that?
No. There's some irony here, I think.
You believe you have the power to fix injustice, and having that power, you cannot not act.
I understand that feeling.
If you had a chance to save a child from certain tortures,
We understand your perspective.
Which is why I ask if we did remove that motivating drive, that love.
No, I do not think that,
May I?
because there is more to it than just love.
May I?
There is justice as well.
Go ahead.
Why do you find
Seek.
your past memories painful?
Hold on. Wolfgar.
Sorry.
yes,
You seek to make this world a paradise through the god plague and everything else. But one of the things that you and your friends did is failing. Sealing up all the other planes. It's failing. That's why I'm here. That's why she's here. You are failing in your goal.
That wasn't
And
my decision.
every step of the way.
I had nothing to do with the sealing of the planes, but I have not failed yet. Kalemvor is the only one keeping the world from totally being washed clean, and everyone finding
Why start on
peace.
such a grand scale?
Because I do not wish
Dunsamit.
to end the world in pain and devastation like I have thought of. There are many spells, many things, earthquakes and volcanoes and
I
floods.
understand. But
This was the
these
least
things-
painful way.
These things need a certain tact. I've done a lot of research on this myself, creating planes, how to create demi-planes for those true clerics and true paladins that don't have a home when they die. I've looked into that. And while my research has been inconclusive, I don't doubt its possibility. If we start there may be a better way to do this that doesn't result in the suffering of those individuals. While they might need to wait, they would get what they're owed. Without risking the lives that, frankly, a lot of people here do appreciate. It also still leaves behind the necessity that is life, and the bonds we forge through the struggles that persist in it. I've gone through a lot. We've all gone through a lot, and not all of it is our fault. Some of it I embraced willingly, And that is my fault. Some of it otherwise. But that's how life goes. It's what we're here for. We're intended to live through these struggles and grow and learn like you did. You were an adventurer. You know these struggles. You know the joy that is of learning. and
There
coming up with
is
new
no
strategies.
joy or peace or kindness. There is just pain and lesser pain. Because I sow salt, because there is a difference. The only difference is between weeds and nothing. I see that we cannot come to an agreement. I understand it. So, I will leave you with two things. My job. I will give you the power, the knowledge, gesturing over to Raybar, to turn your weapons into things that could kill gods. If you kill Clemvor first, that is my request. However, if you do not accept that, I'll give you the knowledge anyway, but it is up to you to accept that job or not. The other thing I will give you is every single ounce of blood in my body in return for a single catch. That is, if you die and are brought back, like me, you will remember the paradise. That is my offering. And out of air, he pulls out some arcane plans, opens them, and they're almost seared into Raybar's memories. The ability to turn his weapon, if he so chooses, into an item that could kill gods. It is up to you. The offer is on the table.
Algan just raises a brow as he just rests his hand on the pommel of his weapon.
We'll
He's
just
not
throw
drawing,
that
he's just... That the weapon's his comfort item, basically, so he's just tapping it, like, making sure it's there.
Oh, one other thing. Who else was it that went and saw the items?
I did.
Make an Arcana check for me.
Sure thing.
Should I have 4?
You wouldn't know this. You didn't go to school and, learn all of this. 18's enough. That last chest held the staff of the Magi.
The legendary.
Holy shit. Okay.
The only reason you know it is because it's a legendary item.
Yeah, yeah. But as the contract kind of stands before us, I will ask again, why is it that the memories of your friends are so painful?
Because they are memories of who I once was before my task. I do not wish to do this. I don't. But I have to.
Would
know
you
that
not
feeling
find
very
yourself whole if you say the memory of paradise is a part of you? It is an inextricable part of you. Are not those memories as well?
Those were just fleeting memories. It's a difference between having a tattoo that you can tear off your skin and having a brain.
Memories matter based on our own perception of them. They are fleeting because you perceive them to be fleeting. Give them your regard, the weight again. What have you to lose? Your life is already all suffering. What is a little more pain?
A little
What it's
more
worth.
pain.
I understand. This cough is killing me. I do. You can ask anyone here. Any chance I've had to help others deal with what they might be going through. Always tempted to take it. Though sometimes it nets me curses for my inexperience. Sometimes it nets me boons. I do understand your goal.
But as you said, we will not come to terms, I do not think. Your second catch is that only one of us who needs to accept it.
It was all of you.
Who are you gonna call back? Fine, I accept your condition.
Oh, I'm not going to call you back. I am simply stating, if you die, you had better stay
No.
dead.
You misunderstand me.
Yes.
Who are they gonna call back? They don't have a name.
That is true. You would be uniquely situated to have an issue. For if you
So I
die,
accept. It was gonna happen regardless.
yes, if you die, unless you have a name, you won't be able to come back no matter what spell he uses.
I would be willing to accept the terms as well. And he kind of looks at Hope a little bit sadly, and it is the curse that Mallory took. I feel it. It is my burden. She saved me as an avatar of Soon.
We'll look at the Dragonborn. I have to know why. You mentioned my curse would make things easier for you.
Because same reason I locked away my memories, as I am bound to this cause. Nothing can dissuade me. You all would have to find out a way to kill me that even the gods themselves are unable to do.
Balgan thinks for a bit, raises a brow. What are the terms for death? Is it even if you drain the blood, you still remain alive?
I have tried incineration. I have tried this sword that can kill gods. I have tried every single manner of death that you can imagine to keep my purpose to myself.
What I mean more so, he just taps at the sword. In regards to weapons that may seal memory or seal souls, would that affect you? Or would that simply not affect you?
Unfortunately, I come back, even at a random place in the world, whole. When the gods want to curse you and they all agree on something, there is no half measure.
Balgan raises a brow. And if we kick down certain barriers that were placed long ago, you can be affected by magic normally if you wish, correct?
What are you getting at?
Simple. He just draws a sword and sticks it in the table. This thing, once it frees enough souls, will turn me into a monster. Rakshasa. I'm sure you know of them,
Yes.
especially since you were from the previous history. In my studies, I found that way back in the day, they didn't follow the rules for death. They had a workaround. Their soul would instead be transported to hell, where it would be reborn again and again. If your curse is tied to your body, the sword, if you were to become one, your body could be destroyed, the curse left behind, you would go to hell, and then once you died again, you would get your permanent heaven without killing everyone else.
Yes, you speak of wondrous things, but the nature of my curse is it is unchanging. I cannot turn into a Rakshasa, cannot turn into dust and stay that way.
So your body is permanently unchanging, no matter the situation at hand.
Yes.
If we kill the gods, but we don't do it in the order you prescribe,
Then I will be cursed and have to figure
who
out
does
another.
that power fall on to? It falls on to us, yes?
That is the problem. You see, if you kill a god, like I have, the power does go on to you if you take it. If you don't take it, I have no idea. It could create a new god. That is the working theory.
Then we could, if we do accept it, we could choose to free you. It's just a consensus of the gods, no?
Except there is a part of me that needs this to happen. You understand hope. When you internalize a curse, it becomes much stronger.
Becomes a part of you. Becomes something that you don't have the ability to remove or live without.
Yes, something that you don't actually want, but you cannot willfully get rid of.
Also, what was his reaction on seeing the sword just out in the open, just out of curiosity?
Just another magical sword.
Okay. Making sure
Vengeance.
since was kind of curious as to how you'd react to all the souls stuck in it.
Mm-hmm.
My vengeance. I know my need to avenge those that have fallen. Surrounds the ones I love. It is for them that I find myself without the means to control myself when these individuals crop up.
Well, you have come a long way. You have fought hard. I will retire to my room and let you think it over. You may leave when the morning comes, or whenever you wish. And ask me what you will. And he stands, nods to you all, and takes his leave. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.